Hub headlines.
After a day off yesterday, the Red Sox back at it tonight, hosting the San Francisco Giants at Fenway Park. Sonny Gray on the mound. This game also marks the return of Rafael Devers to Boston for the first time since he was traded away last summer. Last night around baseball, Jacob deGrom became the second fastest pitcher to reach 2,000 strikeouts, and the Mariners called up pitching prospect Cade Anderson. The Patriots wrapped up joint practices with the Philadelphia Eagles yesterday. The team is off today, then hosts the Eagles tomorrow in the second preseason game. In NFL preseason action last night, the Raiders hosted the Houston Texans. First overall pick, Fernando Mendoza, goes 8 of 15 for 86 yards with a pick. And the 49ers visited the Chargers. Mac Jones, 6 of 13 for 89 yards. Sports Hub headlines are powered by Oakers Technologies. This summer, do what schools across New England are doing and upgrade your classroom with a TouchView interactive display panels with Google Play for the upcoming year. Order today at touchview.com. I'm Alex Barth on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
This is what happens when analysts take over the games, take over the sport.
This is where you talk sports.
It happens all the time.
The Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
Yes, I finally shaved my nuts.
and Hardy
Who, me?
Just hanging around.
on 98.5.
Anchorman, heard about you.
Yeah.
We're Costco guys. Of course we go shopping while eating a chicken bake.
That's gross.
Not a great cook, but I do cook.
When I asked him about the sides,
Kick them in the balls.
I don't care about it, but it's not good behavior.
Blaze Bailey is omitted.
Toucher and Hardy
we're the best friends that can be, my buddy and me.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Brutality.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's the Toucher and Hardy program. On a Friday morning, the guys are out. I'm sure you have missed them. Today, we have another new crew member that Ryan Beaton and Nick Gemelli have to deal with. But feel like it's a good day to have him in. He is Alex Barth. He is of 98.5, thesportsup.com. He is of the Catch 22 podcast. He is of the Patriots Can't Break Down with Scott Zolak. He is on the Patriots pregame show.
Patriots Hub podcast.
He is
That's
the
all.
Patriots Hub podcast. He is a host of the Sunday football show,
Sunday kickoff.
Sunday kickoff.
Yep.
What else am I missing? What am I missing?
Oh, man. I mean, we have 4 hours. I don't know if we can get all in, but new Sports Hub, Patriots Hub podcast did just go up with Matt Dolph, though, so check that out.
Okay.
From joint practice.
So there's another one there. You have like your own syndicate.
I've heard it referred to as the Alex Barth Cinematic Universe.
Oh, okay.
All the different podcasts because they cross over sometimes.
The cinematic universe. I like that. I just go by Joe Murray Media now.
There you go.
We are taking over. We're on every network. And who knows where we go. We're doing cards this weekend in Worcester.
As Jay-Z said, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
That's damn right.
Yeah.
That's actually one of my mantras.
It's a great line.
It's a great line. I'm sure we'll have more great lines today. So normally in this first segment, Alex, they don't talk about sports.
Okay.
Mark Dondero was here the last couple of days. I don't know what it is, but when I see Dondero, I work with him on the postgame, as you know. But there's something about Mark where it's like, I want to talk music with him. Ain't no stranger to love.
It's those pipes, man.
Like when I see you, I thought Alex's and Joe's right away.
Yeah.
I thought football, Nantasket Beach, Hull.
Yeah.
I thought Quincy. I don't know. Like a lot of things pop in my head when I think of you.
I'm a big music guy.
I know you
I don't
are.
know if we don't have a ton of overlap, maybe musically.
Yeah, but where I'm going with the Dundero music to like talking music. And so with you, do I. I will tell you, we might have had our when we did Pat's post game. There was a little bit of working out, like even Bedard for that matter. The three of us just. Oh yeah. We worked out. We're all smooth now. We hammered it out. We hugged it out. Everything's working. It's how it works. Things are a little shaky at start, but it's all working. And I've gotten to know Mark. I call him Mark now. Everyone just calls him Dodero. It's like how we associate him.
Well, he calls me AB.
Oh. How do you feel about that?
Actually, last time I was on the morning show was probably back like Christmas week, and we did a whole thing about him giving people nicknames that they didn't ask for.
I got Joey.
Okay.
But I went by Joey Murr for ever. So it's like Joey is he calls it.
You're more of a Joe than a Joey to me. I will say.
I would agree with.
He calls Tim McCone T-Mac, which I've never heard before.
I think that's how it came up.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I really, really have gotten to know him, and I like him because he's out there.
He's his own guy.
So for those who don't know, he's a school teacher, a special ed teacher. And he's been, he worked on television for years and did all the Belichick press conferences, and he's been grinding. And so now he's on the Sports Hub more often, does shows by himself or whatever. But when I work with him, I find things out about him that I just he probably wouldn't talk about it while he's on the air, But he loves music.
Okay.
But he loves that. Rick Astley was his. I asked him, "Hey, what's your karaoke song?" He goes, "Rick Astley, never gonna give you up." It was understand. It came out in seconds. Yesterday, we're on the air, and the Rick Astley video was on.
Oh, really?
And it was just. But there's a video that Nick caught up, and it got posted to our social. We got to put that on 98.5thesportsup.com. And I've worked here for 15 years now. I don't have access to anything, any social media here.
I don't know. I made them a collaborator.
Oh, no,
I'm still waiting.
So you have to. Somebody else has to pick.
Yeah. I used to have access.
All right.
But
Whoever handles that, please accept it. Okay?
I think that's whoever's in for digital today should be able to.
Whoever it is, accept that.
I think it's Jim Louth or Tim.
Oh, and I know guys are down. The two biggest days of camp just happened, so I get it. All right, people have been around, and it's summer.
Jake Seymour has been sneaky MVP at camp for us.
I was talking to him last night. We have a special guest later today.
Okay,
that he helped out with. I'll tell you who that is. Nick, do you want to give a breakdown of the video? What you saw and what you cut up? Do you want to give a a breakdown of the?
I mean, you were doing the drums.
We were coming back from
on the drums.
We were coming back from break.
Yeah,
he plays Man in the Box, which I love. Alice in Chains.
Yep.
And I started playing the drums. Right. What would you say Mark Dondero was playing?
To be honest with you, I have no idea. Maybe a mixture of a bass and guitar, because it was he was doing. It was so far apart how he was playing the instrument. And then towards the end, I think he had something going on.
He was playing everything at once.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the video, I showed it to Barth, and Barth goes, "Can you send that to me?"
And that's gone in multiple group chats. Who was it before? I forget. It was one of you guys back there. It's like Elaine dancing.
Yeah.
Somebody said that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh, that was you. Okay.
Remember when Elaine would go out and dance? She'd do that dance, and everyone would be like, "Whoa, who's that?" That is the only thing I got. When he hears music, he's probably mosh pit guy.
Well, and
do you know what I mean?
Just when you described to me, you're like, yeah, Dondero was dancing. Whatever you think it is, it's so much more than that. It's so much more than whatever. There's facial expressions. The facial expressions are what do it for me.
Oh my God,
what a guy!
If you haven't seen it though, it's at the Toucher and Hardy Instagram page. I can't stop watching it.
Isn't that great when you get one of those videos that you just can't Like, no matter how many times you watch it, it still gets you.
And I say that I'm not like, please, I hope Mark doesn't. I already told Mark, I go, whenever I talk, I hope you know, I'm trying to like put you over as like,
Oh, yeah.
Most people just hear you aggressively talking sports. They never get to know like the other side of you. And I think that's a big part of radio. Like, you know, like Barth, you're doing all these, you're going everywhere, man. You're talking to all these different outlets, and every once in a while, you got to let loose about something else, right?
Yeah.
It's how it is. But oh my God, it was. I watched it again this morning, and I'm crying. I'm crying. So I wanted to ask the guys back there. So they've had how many different hosts this week, Ryan? Would you say because they've all been out, everyone?
So we had Hart, and then we had Callahan.
Okay.
And who's the third mic on Monday? I'm already blank.
Did I say-
RJ. We had RJ,
Okay.
so that's 3.
So there's 3 personalities. And then you've had myself and Dundero and now Barth.
So 6? 6 different
And then
hosts.
we're going to have Breer here for an hour today. So
Yeah.
7 in studio guests. Do you like it? I mean, how you got? All right, be honest. Because yesterday somebody, I made a video, Barth, about come with me to work. You know those TikTok videos?
Yeah.
You ever do that? Are you a TikTok guy?
I'm not a TikTok guy, no.
Well, I did a come with me to work on the
I've
radio.
learned about this from all the interns we had this summer.
And where do you think they got it from? But I did a hey, wake up with me, like shows. So someone said to me, "Oh, you're so unprepared getting there at 5:53 in the morning." So this is triggered. Okay, I'm not sensitive. I'm not. I want you to know I'm not sensitive. But it triggers me because we have all been in communication. I've talked to these guys. I don't know. Yesterday, last night, Beaton and I were talking about what to do at 8:00, and
You're probably like the easiest person to plan a show for, though, because it just all comes together.
But we set a like a rundown, and sometimes we follow it, and sometimes we don't. But and I didn't talk to you, Alex, but you were in the Slack channel.
I know. I went to bed early last night. I got to tell you, I'm not a morning person. If I'm kind of left, and obviously I don't do this because I have a job and responsibilities, but like if I have time off, I can still sleep until like 10 o'clock.
Oh.
And I'll stay up until 1 or 2. I live on West Coast time, basically.
But you also, like, think about it. You're writing, you're staring at, like, my eyes, your job.
Yeah.
The typing and eyes and, like, looking at that screen all day, I'd be sleeping all night.
So last night I'm like, I got to get up at 4. This is going to kill me. So I'm like, I try to get to bed at like 9:30, which is beyond early for me. So I missed some of the slack.
We'll keep it going today. And Bert Breer, when do you and Bert get to really chop it up on the air?
I don't know that we have a ton, honestly.
So I'm interested in this today.
Yeah.
If you want to talk football, we got Alex Barth, who's everywhere locally and nationally. I'll just throw it out there. And we have Bert Breer, who has visited 23 teams now.
Wow. I'm kind of interested to hear, because the thing about training camp is you get so locked in on the day-to-day of what you're doing. I'm kind of curious what he has to say about some of the other stuff he's seen, other teams.
Colts had some stuff to say about the Pats from last week that he talked about. But just getting back to the fill-ins here, Ryan. Thank you for telling me that I'm one of the easiest to deal with. I appreciate that.
Well, like even yesterday, we like didn't plan on having a guest at 9, but it just all worked out. Like it was like a last-minute thing, but it was a great guest.
People love Steve Buckley. We had Steve Buckley on the old time.
The old time game last night, right?
They had it on. Yeah,
great event.
I'm doing an event today. Manny Del Carmen has his baseball athletic association today. His golf tournament at Brook Meadow. Well, Manny pitched last night in the game.
Oh, did he?
Rich Hill pitched last night. So 2 former players, Papelbon's pitched in the past. Lou Merlone was there last night. Jake Peavy pitched last night.
You see Merlone's double?
Yeah. And Carabas played, but they wore the throwback uniforms.
I used to do play-by-play for that. Buck had me do play-by-play for it, which was great. This is the first year.
Were you with John Leahy, just to mention the name?
I know John.
Yeah, but I know I saw that he was doing it.
Okay. This was the first year in a while I haven't gone. I didn't realize he really loaded the roster this year. Good for them.
Yeah, 32nd. And it's funny because I made a joke about the Red Sox playing at the Field of Dreams next year.
Yeah.
I said, hey, what about the old... And he goes, I'm never leaving Cambridge. And it was like, yeah. Like all these people, I love Buck. because growing up, you heard Buck on the radio. I know he worked for the Herald,
Right.
but you heard him all the time. We don't really hear him. We have him on Nesson. We have you on Nesson. Thank you. But I still think guys like him, their voices still matter.
Oh yeah.
And I know that, and they're so good at, like, the question Dondero asked was 1967 Red Sox versus this year's team. Now, Buck's making it that they still have to make the playoffs.
Right.
But in 1967, they never did make, like, it was, so it's almost as if, like, you had a team that just never made the playoffs. So I do think what they did this year was better than 67, but I wasn't there in 67.
So I've had this idea for a long time for a podcast, and I've never put it together because I just am doing so much other things. But I'm 32 years old. I grew up in the Tom Brady, David Ortiz, Paul Pierce, Patrice Bergeron era. I had it very good. And people older love to say that my generation is spoiled and we don't, things like the 67 Red Sox, like we wouldn't appreciate that now because we've seen so many championships and all of that. I would love to do a podcast with just different media people in Boston who kind of lived that, like all these, like basically come on my podcast and tell my generation like what your marquee event was, like an event you loved that maybe we wouldn't appreciate.
I can tell you right now, Bill Spiros, if he's listening, he'll give you an hour. you want it out? Him and Buck, boom, 2 hours.
Well, I'd
right
have
there.
everybody pick it. Like if you came on, you'd pick a team or a game or an event, and you would just talk about that. Like, and I would just get as many different people as possible in media to do that.
To wrap around on that old-time baseball game, the reason why it started was in '94, the strike. Yeah. So there was they had no game or whatever this year. So he goes, "That's it. We're gonna have our own game," and that's how it started. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, the other night the interns, we had them on at night.
Yeah,
we let the interns on our show. I know Hardy's has knocked me for that.
I think it's cool. I would love to do that when I was an intern.
But they did you're right, because when I was an intern, they put me on the air. I was happy as hell. Helped me get on more. But they did the sports what ifs, and they were like, "What if Malcolm Butler played in the Super Bowl?"
So, I have a good what if for you. It's a sneaky one. I don't hear a lot of people talk about it because it's very abstract. What if, when the NFL adds the Texans in 2002, they move the Dolphins to the AFC South instead of the Colts? You get Brady and Manning in the same division. And that Dolphins team, which sneaky had a lot of talent, at least like in the early 2000s, especially on defense, Jason Taylor, Patrick Surtain, right? That team, Zach Thomas. That team doesn't have Brady in the way, and they're in a really bad division. And how does that change the picture of the NFL? That one fascinates me. Never ever talked about a lot.
It never gets talked about how mysteriously the Colts just left the division, went elsewhere.
Well, it's because they wanted to keep the historic rivalry Miami had with like the Patriots and the Jets, and that's why they did it.
I
but
get that.
Geographically, it would have made more sense. And imagine if Brady and Manning had been in the same division all those years, twice a year. We got them twice a year anyway with the playoffs.
Your argument could be that the success that the Patriots had in the AFC East was because of the Texans entering the league, which I think last night they were celebrating. They have that patch.
Yeah, it's
was it 25 years?
Yeah, it would be because 02.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So you could make the case that their run was because maybe the Colts leaving the division.
Outside of the obvious ones, that's one of my favorite sports what ifs
like
that nobody talks about.
Yeah, there was a couple of good ones that night, but I debunked them all.
Okay.
I just dismissed a lot of them. I'm trying to think. If Malcolm Butler plays, they win. I'm never gonna get off of that one. I'm never and Adam Vinatieri not signing him. I think they needed the perfect kicker for the perfect season, and they let him go.
If somebody says, the Malcolm Butler Super Bowl, what game do you think of?
Well, I think of that's a great question.
Right.
Right now,
what comes to mind? First game that comes to mind.
He didn't play.
Okay.
Not the one that he made the big play in.
I like to ask people that. It's pretty split. It's pretty evenly split. It's kind of like a glass half full, glass half empty thing.
That's a good one. That could be a nice, if you want a 4-hour Sunday show in the summer again.
That's true. I'm on with Andy on Sunday, so
you could float that one out there. I bet you could get 30 minutes out of that, maybe 2 blocks.
617-779-0985.
There you go. But it's been okay this week, Ryan. How would you rate it?
No, it's been great. It's been very relaxed. And I think it's honestly fun having like a rotating cast, but it does make it a little tough to plan for when there's all these people kind of coming in and out. But it's been nice that you've been able to like anchor it the past 3 days. So
See, some people do forget that I used to work on this show.
yes, going back to the old show.
Yes, I used to be here a lot in the morning.
I remember that.
Remember, Nick?
Yep.
Yeah, I was here a lot. Like I almost feel like I got a lot of cut my teeth on this show sometimes.
I probably associated you most with the morning show before you got the night job, I would say.
Thank you.
And it's funny because RJ was on this show a lot too, right before he ended up getting the Bruins job.
Yeah.
As well.
Well, I had the night gig, so RJ had every one of those. He was the guy. He was in every. I think he had like a streaker.
He had like 100 days filling in one year, and Rochi brought him in a cake that said "Congrats on 100 shows." He made the bakery like write 100 on the cake.
That's funny. But yeah, I liked working with the guys sometimes.
Sometimes.
So I'm excited for next week when Fred comes back and you guys get some games lined up, huh? I heard.
Yeah, we've been clipping some stuff
I
throughout
feel
the
like
week.
I've been contributing though. Like every once in a while I hear something, I go, save that.
You've been a big help. Thank you.
Save that one, please. Someone said something yesterday. Who was it? No, there was, those pauses that you hear every once in a while where you just pause?
Yeah.
Oh, there was a couple yesterday. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, Tom Karen.
Yeah.
We'll tease that for Monday.
Yeah, we had Tom on yesterday, and he brought up the dice game thing, which I liked.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I saw that.
I'm telling you, that's what we got to do at Nesson, is lean into that stuff every once in a while. But he owned it, and he tried to be a pro about it. It's like, bro, it's okay. He's like, no, I shouldn't do it. Anyways. All right. Well, hey, Bob's and Lawrence. Hey, Bob.
Hey, good morning, fellas. You guys, Joe, you and Mark were great yesterday talking about music. The reason I love Touch and Hardy show, and I like your show, I love your show, is because you guys talk about music so much. And that's better than just hearing about sports for 4 straight hours.
Well, thanks, Bob. We're going to do a lot of football today, but we're going to try to have some fun, too.
I do want to make a point about Fred and Hardy's music taste, because I really respect them. They were rock DJs. They interviewed some of my favorite bands in the 90s, but then they turn around and trash everything that's come out since the year 2000, which is insane. There's so many great bands that have come out, like Kings of Leon, Metric, Jack White, Arcade Fire, Silver Sun Pickups, the Strokes. There's like 20 great bands that have come out since 2000, 2001, but they always come back to say, oh, rock and roll died when Limp Bizkit was popular, which is just a ridiculous take.
Yeah, I think I stopped really listening to music, though, probably in the 2015 and beyond. Thanks, Bob. I haven't bought a new album, and I listen to them. Like if Drake just had new albums, I listen to them. I know some people are like, Drake, what do you mean, Joe? Yes, I listen to Drake.
I saw Jack White earlier this summer at MGM at Fenway. Heck of a show. Guy can still bring it.
I saw him in it's weird, but I saw him in Jack Black. And they did black and white or something.
Jack Gray.
Whatever it was. Yeah, something like that. It was good.
That's a cool pairing.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty interesting. All right, so we have Burt Breer today from 7 to 8. And then I had a chance to talk to Basketball Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, yeah. One of my all-time favorite athletes.
So I got to talk to him off the air.
Okay.
Which some of it didn't make it on the air.
Okay.
But we will have Shaquille O'Neal at 9 o'clock today here on the show. And he's got some big news. And I think we should listen to it because he might have leaked something that I think would be interesting to Celtics fans.
Ooh.
And NBA fans. So there's a big market, these.
Yeah.
But what happened last night, not a lot. But we'll tell you what it was. Alex Barth is here. He of 98.5thesportshub.com. I'm Joe Murray. We'll got more coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Hardy.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. What happened last night, presented by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lopresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. The Red Sox did not play last night.
Nope.
They played 16 straight games. And they have about 10 days right now, Alex, to figure out their roster. And what I mean by that is they get some call-ups so they can bring up some guys from the 40-man roster.
Yep.
But they can also have two guys that are trying to make their way back to help the team. Trevor Story is one of them.
Yep.
And then there's Roman Anthony. Trevor Story will not be called up for this weekend series for the Giants, which I like. I'm happy about that.
Despite his best efforts.
He tried.
Well, did you hear what he was talking about this week? Like, yeah, I'll be good after a couple rehab starts.
Yeah. But they're pumping the brakes on it.
As they should.
I look at it more about the way I'm approaching this segment is it's about how are they going to maneuver the roster over the next 10 days. I don't think they should force these guys back. And like, listen, if they sent down Siegler for Story, does it disrupt anything really? Probably not.
Hopefully not.
But there you go.
Shouldn't.
There you go. It shouldn't. But you think about it a little bit, right?
Right.
He's one of the guys who helped you get here. Monasterio at short, no matter what you think of the guy, who's, by the way, been pretty solid. Now, his glove is sometimes tricky. But for a guy who's hit 260 for the season and hit, 400 over a 20-game span, he's held it down, and he's been better than Story. So, and then if you go to the outfield, you traded for this guy, Eli White. Jarren Duran's been at least better. So, Jahmai Jones, who's batting .500 against lefties since being signed here, you're just going to just send him away? They got to get creative over the next 10 days. I don't know how they do it. The other part here, Alex, their bullpen is bludgeoned.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is they've lost Whitlock, they've lost Slayton. Their ERA of the last 12 games is over 5. Chapman really can only give you one inning. He might not be able to go 3 days in a row anymore. I don't know how they're going to stretch all this out. They'll be better once they get to September. How many games up are they going to be at that point? So where I'm going with this, I think the Red Sox will get the...
Well, Joe, there's another variable in here, too.
What's that?
You mentioned the roster expanding, on September 1st, which is true. So they have the Giants coming in this weekend. The Giants are a bad baseball team. They should be able to handle the Giants. They then begin a road trip. They go to Miami the start of next week. Miami's been okay. They're right around 500. Their last series before the rosters expand at the Yankees.
Yes.
That's kind of a big series. So you have to balance that roster juggling with, if you're a better team with Roman Anthony on the roster and he's ready to go, he needs to be here for the Yankee series, regardless if the roster's expanding or not. I don't know if they're a better team or not with Trevor Story, but if they believe they are, he should be here for the Yankee series, regardless of what you got to do with the roster. That is a major series for them. They need to be at full strength, roster manipulation or no, for that series.
Hopefully you get Whitlock back for that. Hopefully you have
It'd
Slayton.
be big. It's a 4-game series, by the way.
Do you think Roman Anthony's back for that series? And do you think Trevor Story's back?
I mean, Anthony's been hitting the crap out of the ball in Portland. So whatever more hurdles he needs to clear, and you don't want that necessarily to be his first game, right? So I look at Monday, and all right, they're going to leave for Miami. Is he with the team on that trip? And does he maybe play a game or two in Miami so he has some MLB pitching under his belt before he gets to New York? What has it been? He made his first rehab start on Tuesday?
Yep.
Should he need more than a week?
I don't think they need to rush the guys right now. I find it fascinating how they handle this.
Is it rushing if you give him... They essentially gave him a week, right? Assuming he plays through this weekend? Mm-hmm. And then joins them for Miami?
With Roman, I would probably... All right, you were in AA. Let's bring up the AAA now. And spread it out. maybe play Tuesday, take a Wednesday off, maybe do a Thursday, Friday, and then you think about the Yankee series? Oh, Friday would be the Yankee series, right?
Friday, doubleheader on Saturday, and then a game on Sunday.
And you get the extra guy on the doubleheader day.
Oh, so that, yeah. Interesting.
Technically, he could play that game. He'd still be on the roster, though, so they'd have to make a move on Sunday.
Right. But it buys you a day to figure things out.
Option somebody.
Yeah.
And at that point, it can be Gamboa or one of these other pitchers anyways, right?
And then you have just, 30th, 31st, and you can bring that guy back.
Yeah, I know this might not be a fascinating conversation to some people, but the Red Sox are awaiting these guys to come back because their depth has been taking a hit.
And, Joe, when's the last time we got to do this with the Red Sox at this point in the year?
And it wasn't last year.
Right? Like, hey, they're actually making a playoff push, and this kind of minutia matters instead of just, oh, they suck. There's no good players. They won't pay anybody. Season's over in July. I'd so much rather talk about this than what we're usually saying about the Red Sox this time of year.
Wanted to ask you about Garrett Crochet, who his recent comments said that if he ramps back up, he can probably give the team 2 innings. Three sides of the story here. Do you want him back, A, to give you 2 innings? If it was the 2 innings, do you want him to be a starter, or would you want it out of the bullpen?
I mean, I'll take the 2 innings, especially because you mentioned it. Their bullpen's kind of limping to the finish here. And I go back to, remember how good Andrew Miller was in that role? Like, can you put him in that sort of swing reliever role where he helps bridge it? The other thing I would consider using him is, we know Brian Bayo can't start games for whatever reason. He's really good coming out of the bullpen. Do you have Crochet start and then piggyback with Bayo?
That's what I was thinking. I think if you have Crochet come back, he's a starter. Because, like, Chris Sale could do it, remember, in 18?
Right. Well, Crochet, like Sale, came up as a reliever, I believe.
Yep.
So he's done that too. But him and Bayo back-to-back would not be a bad option.
So that's something to consider. I mean, I think what's fascinating about the Red Sox this year was they put a lot of pressure on Roman Anthony to start the year. And they wanted Trevor Story to be their leader. And both failed. And now, as the team is, as you put, limping to the finish line here, their bullpen, do they need now these reinforcements to help in the lineup, Anthony, and Story with some leadership and maybe a bat at the end of the lineup? It's just, my whole thing was the season was go with the guys who got you there.
Yep.
And now you're going back to the guys where you started the year, depending on, you're asking a lot. And I'm curious the fan base's thoughts on this. And I think this is where interim manager Chad Tracy, hear me stress that one?
Yep.
Interim manager Chad Tracy's got a lot on his plate right now, and I'm very, very curious how it all works out.
I think in terms of like going with Anthony's what, 22 years old? Like, he's an up-and-coming player. He's not somebody... You bring him back as soon as you can because the upside's enormous. Trevor Story's more one that I look at and say, all right, well, started getting better after he got hurt and was away from the team, and what kind of dynamic does he bring? He's the one I'm a little more cautious about. I'm all for getting Roman Anthony back.
I just hope he's right. That's it. There's a return tonight.
Yes.
As the Red Sox are hosting the San Francisco Giants at Fenway Park. Remember the trade last year?
How did you forget?
Rafael Devers to the Giants.
Remember exactly where I was.
For... Who was it again?
Not Dustin May. They traded it for Dustin May.
That stiff in the bullpen.
Jordan Hicks.
Yeah, he's on the White Sox.
Is it Tibbs, too? Right?
James Tibbs,
who's gone.
who they traded for Dustin May, and now is like the best hitter in AAA. He's a stud.
Yeah.
Was
Kyle Harrison.
Kyle Harrison,
who's traded now.
Who's
Durbin.
Nast has been great. Yeah, not that Durbin's been bad, but has been great. And then some other, I forget the other prospect. He's still in single A or something. He's the last one that's here.
I don't know. This isn't a hot take or anything.
Jose Bayo.
Oh, yeah.
How could we forget Jose Bayo?
Not a hot take here. Red Sox won the trade.
Jose Bayo actually has not been bad this year. 17 games, 10 starts, 3.92 ERA.
Do you know the team's record since the trade?
Probably over 500.
The Red Sox are 120 and 96 since the Rafael Devers trade. The Giants?
Oh, it's got to be bad.
92 and 125. So, again, who won the trade?
And meanwhile, most of the players the Red Sox got back have been very good. Now, they've been very good for other teams, but they've been very good.
Who won the trade, everybody? 617-779-0985, and we will talk about what reaction should Rafael Devers get over at Fenway Park tonight. We'll have that, and we'll have more after the headline here. The Patriots joint practices. Alex has been there. And, well, I have an Alex's, and Joe segment I'd like to do. Because there was one play that I think we've all seen. And I have a breakdown for it.
All right.
A technical breakdown. So we'll do that after the headline here. Alex Barth, got you. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
The Red Sox back at it tonight after yesterday's off day, hosting Rafael Devers in the I'm going by a split to get on 93, and I see like just red lights, and you kind of go parallel to. If you've driven it, you know, like you go parallel to another entrance that you're not getting on. And I get over the hill and I see red lights. I'm like, oh no. And I ended up driving by it. But then as I'm going up, or I'm going down 93 South to get on 128, like I see 93 North just parking lot, just backed up. And I'm like, what happened? I finally get in here. I'm seeing,
out.
5 o'clock in the morning, dead standstill, couple miles, I think.
Out.
And now I'm seeing, got in here, looked at Twitter, someone with a box truck. I guess Breer just posted a video of it. It's still locked up because I'm thinking, I'm doing some other stuff after this here. I'm actually going to be on with Cone and Zoe at 11:30. But all I'm thinking of is like, I can't wait to get home and take a nap. And I'm seeing that. I'm like, please have it cleared up by then.
I drove by it too. There's like produce like all over the road.
Produce?
Like a produce. So there's like fruit and stuff.
Imagine getting stuck in 5 a.m. traffic because of bananas.
It's just like, like when we get up, there's no traffic. And like Bart said, when you see all that, you're like, something bad happened.
Oh, hopefully they didn't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Produce on the ground, huh?
It was like, it's legit backed up though. Like worse, it looks worse than rush hour.
What would be okay. Now this is why is my brain gone here? By the way, Bird, if you're driving in, don't. We got you, bro. You're good. You're good, bro. Whenever you get here. Don't stress. Get a coffee if you need one. It's all good, homie. I just want to talk to you about the kid from St. John's Prep going to Ohio State. That's all. Right, I got nothing else. Barth can handle the rest. What would be the worst kind of truck to have flip over on the highway? Because their milk would be bad.
Oh, in terms of like what it's carrying?
Yeah.
I would think like nails or something.
Oh.
Right, where you got to...
tools or accessories of tools.
Because you can kind of just sweep, like you can drive over milk, right? Like probably hit the roadway with the hose or something, mostly clear it off. Like if it's something small where every little piece has to get picked up, I'm thinking about the length of time it's going to take to make the road drivable again. So anything that drops something small and something sharp. Maybe a truck carrying like glass, maybe carrying like windows, they all shatter. Something like that would probably be the worst. Or I guess something really heavy.
I don't know why, but seafood.
Well, that would be, you don't want to waste good seafood. That would be a bummer in that way. That would be the number one
thing you're wasting.
The squid that fell all over the road in Rhode Island, I think it was.
Wait, what?
You see that?
No.
It was like tons and tons of like seafood dumped all over the road in, I think it was Rhode Island.
Was it a hot day?
Probably smelled terrible.
Think I was going to say, what do you think that smelled like?
You also see those, videos every once in a while where like a truck flips and it's carrying like beer or something and people just go grab the beer.
Did you just grab that? These guys, they've been grabbing clips. Be careful what you say today. Because they just grab clips.
I know.
And they use them in their own ways.
Yeah, I'm going to go like glass or nails or tacks or something.
Can just only imagine. I by the way, like I go the long cut now.
Okay.
I hate traffic.
I know I'd probably come across as a more patient person. I can't stand traffic, especially when it's traffic without an accident. Like if there's an accident and, they got to clear it and there's emergency crews or whatever, I get it. Things happen. When it's just bumper to bumper, and then when you're in the bumper to bumper traffic and you get to just a random point on the highway and it suddenly opens up. There was nothing there. There was no accident. There was no lane closure. Like drive your car. Move forward. Oh, it drives me nuts. I got stuff to do. We all have stuff to do. Drive your car. That annoys me. That gets under my skin. Non-accident traffic pisses me off.
Did someone just call about the traffic? What did they say?
They were calling about the squid. They heard about the squid story too.
Oh, the squid.
It was 20 tons of squid.
That's a lot of squid.
Squid in Rhode Island? There I go. I'm Googling. Whoa!
2 tons of calamari. Wow.
Calamari.
Oh, look at that. They put a tarp over it?
Man, Narragansett's really the squid apocalypse?
Squidpocalypse?
The squidpocalypse of 26, the spill. put slippery when wet to shame, police said.
Oh, I got good pictures of this. Very helpful for a radio show.
Squid apocalypse.
Right in the intersection, too.
The seafood smash-up unfolded at about 9:27 a.m. on Sunday in Narragansett when the truck's trailer became dislodged from the cab and overturned onto its side.
Can't have that happen. Seeing somebody had the headline roadside hibachi in Rhode Island.
Holy smokes, look at that squid.
It's a lot of squid.
It's all going to waste. A massive spill of squid.
I remember we used to, when I was growing up, we'd play this game when we were doing like a long car trip. We'd guess what's in the truck. We'd drive by an 18-wheeler, and my dad would be like, what do you think's in the truck? I still think about that sometimes if I'm sitting in traffic. Sometimes you can tell they're labeled. I don't think I would ever guess squid if I saw an 18-wheeler.
Neither. How would you say you work for the state?
Yeah.
You work for the roads. Squid cleanup off of Narragansett Road. Come on down to Point Judith and Galley Escape. How do you get rid of that? What do you do?
So looking
do you
here,
drop it in the ocean?
Oh no, I think you just throw it out.
Yeah, but where do you throw that?
At the dump?
Yeah, but what, are you just gonna have squid dump?
I guess you could throw it in the ocean, right? It's chum bait. You turn it into chum. You sell it as chum, yeah. I thought you meant how do you get rid of it like off the road?
They're gonna try to sell it?
No. Well, no, sell it as chum. Sell it as bait.
Like not for monetary reasons, or just get rid of it.
That's how you could get rid of it. You
would make money off getting rid of squid.
I'm sure there's companies that buy bad seafood to turn into chum. No?
If I was a fisherman, I'd be like, I'm taking that for free, bro.
Oh, my God. I need to know, is there a Gloucester fisherman out there that would want this?
Where do they get chum? Like, how do you get chum? Do you just catch fish and...
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Where's my buddy from, he listens all the time, Tyler from Wicked Tuna.
Oh, I love Wicked Tuna.
Yeah, he listens.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. What's up, man?
He's called in before, yeah.
He's like, I'm listening to you. I'm in the middle of Gloucester.
It's a good show.
And I'm like, I'm watching you. You're on my TV.
I'm more interested in getting the squid off the road than what they did with it after.
Yeah. Wait. No. I think they probably hosed it down.
Well, I'm looking at the pictures. They have a bobcat. They're putting it into...
It's probably like a snowplow.
They're putting it into like these tins, and they have a forklift that's moving, not tins, like buckets.
You would plow it, and then you would get a machine that would forklift that you're talking about.
You just call
and then put it in the buckets.
That's kind of a funny one, though. Like, middle of August, you got to get the snowplow up and running for the squid.
And then it smells like squid. The cleanup, it took a couple of days. Narragansett police,
wow.
They have a laugh about the spill. Here in Narragansett, we're still recovering from the squid apocalypse of 26. The spill that put Slippery went wet to shame. They've said that already.
That seems to be the line.
The matter is being investigated. What's up with that?
That's a tough one to get the sniffer out for. That's it's going to be pretty pungent.
Citations may be issued at some point.
Well, somebody clearly screwed up. Was it the trailer was dislodged? So whoever hooked the trailer up?
That's a lot of squid, bro.
That is a lot of squid. What was it? 20 tons? Is that what it was?
You know what? I need to know.
Market price of squid?
How much is chum?
It says the unprocessed squid was worth between $50,000 and $120,000.
Wow.
That's a pretty wide margin, but you can imagine it's somewhere in between.
That's a costly accident.
Wow. I need to know, though.
How much trouble did that
Who's
driver
out
get in?
there? I need somebody from Gloucester or one of those fisherman towns to tell me.
They probably just catch it themselves, but
we got
use it for
Nick.
lobster bait.
Hey, Nick.
Hey. Yeah. So the price of bait for fishermen has gone through the roof. So I know my father, he's a lobsterman in Marblehead, and my brother, they would use that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. How do you think it would get from Narragansett to Marblehead?
I mean, knowing my brother, he'd go down and scoop it up himself, throw it in the back of his pickup truck. I mean, he buys hides of pig as lobster bait nowadays.
And he's out of Marblehead?
Yeah.
I love Devereaux Beach over there.
Oh, yeah. His boat's right off the causeway there, right behind Devereaux Beach.
Yeah, and does he get lobsters?
Yeah.
I like lobster rolls.
Yeah, I mean, considering they cost $30 a pound, $30 a roll.
Well, Nick, this weekend, I was. Thank you, Nick. I was in Long Beach, Gloucester this week.
Okay.
Oh, I don't even know if I should tell people this.
Now you have to.
Not going to say where, but on Tuesdays.
Yep.
Lobster rolls, $13.99.
You're going to tell me we're off the air, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Come on. Dude, if you go anywhere past...
Tuesdays, you said?
A lobster roll these days, minimum I've ever seen is $38.
Yeah. Even the mini ones are like $25. You know those like little ones they have?
Like slider kind
Yeah, yeah.
I can't do a slider lobster roll.
I kind of like the mini ones because usually you'll get a couple of them. I don't know. I find it easier to eat.
I like a tuna roll like that.
Not a big
I
tuna
can get
roll
them
guy.
at the
More of
market
a,
basket down here for $2.99.
more like a tuna steak guy. I like a good tuna steak.
Yeah, a lobster roll, by the way. People are like, oh, who's got the best? Sometimes the price does impact how good it was.
It can get up there.
Like I went clamming this weekend in Ipswich, me and Hooch.
Okay.
And we went to the two most popular clam places in Ipswich. And we did the Clamorama.
Did a comparison?
Yeah, one was better than the other. And the saddest part about our Clamorama, I tried to get apple cider donuts. It was closed.
It's a little early in the year for apple
So
cider
I was going to bring this
Still
up.
a little early in the year. My buddy texted me the other day. He got a pumpkin spice thing yesterday. Nope. Still summer. But hang on. So we've now had the shrimp apocalypse and the Clamorama.
That's right.
Just keeping track here.
You can watch the Clamorama. It's on my Twitter page at Joey Murr. But we went to the two most popular places. I'm not going to mention. You know one of them probably.
Yeah.
And we did a comparison. And you know what I got to just say? Bring back where the belly's at. Like, when I want clams, I want the bellies, baby. Where the belly's at? I feel like right now we're not getting the bellies in our clams. We're getting the strip with a little belly. I want big bellies.
I think you just got clipped again.
For real. Is anybody out there right now getting fried clams and they feel like they're not getting big bellies? Because I'm not. Nick's in the car, Nick.
Those lobster rolls are $13.99 because you're buying Friday's lobster.
It still tasted great. Do you know that beefs are like that too? Sometimes Monday's a bad day to get a beef, like a roast beef, because it's from the weekend.
There was a place where I went to college that did half-price sushi on Monday. We went one time, found out why. Didn't do it again.
That doesn't sound good.
No, you don't really want to get half-price. You want fresh sushi.
The chummy squid doesn't sound good. It sounds better than the half-price shrimp for some reason.
You don't want street squid?
I love myself some street meat.
I do love street meat. That's fair.
But the street squid?
Street meat's getting expensive too.
Dude, I know. Well, how much is a sausage outside of an event now?
I think it's like $13-15. Used to be like $5.
Andrew, what's up?
Hey, Joe, you live on the North Shore, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I live in Salem, and over the Salem-Beverly Bridge, the Anchor Pub in Beverly has twin lobster rolls on Tuesday nights for $21.99.
Twins?
Twins, oh yeah, baby.
The Anchor is such a towny bar.
It's so good, though. The food there is awesome.
Wow, twin lobster. A twin lobster roll or lobster?
Twin lobster. Twin lobsters. Yeah, twin lobsters. Sorry.
That's all right. 21. All right, buddy. Oh, I hung up on it. You ever shuck lobsters?
Yeah.
Just crack them. Pull the tail out, get the poop out. Cracked claws. I like the knuckle. Them.
I like the claw. The claw's the way to go.
Matt's in Woburn.
Hey, Twin Lobsters, real quick. Gaetano's and Stoneham used to do a really good one on Wednesday nights.
Oh,
I don't know
I
if
used
they
to live
still
right
do.
there. That's awesome.
Dude, Gaetano's is fantastic.
Yeah.
As far as those the twin bellies, Jesus, the clam bellies go, my father just went to Cabbie Shack in Plymouth over the weekend. Said he ordered a huge thing of clam bellies, and he got like 4 of them, and the rest was strips.
What's up with this? Where are our bellies?
Clam strips out!
Out! I want bellies. See? He backed me up. Now, is this because of the poop apocalypse that we had in the Merrimack River? Remember that over July 4th?
Oh, I forgot about that.
We've had some serious things this summer. We've had squid apocalypse. We had the poop, whatever happened over 4th of July with the Merrimack River.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where we're not getting the big bellies.
Is that where they get the clams, the Merrimack River?
Well, no, you get them out of the Ipswich bogs, whatever you call them. The Ipswich.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. If you think about the Merrimack River and Ipswich, they kind of...
Yeah. Geography with Joe.
What's up, Joe?
Hey, guys. How's it going? I just want to shout out Salty's Lobster Truck in the Middleton food trucks across from Richardson.
They know me. Yep.
Their rolls are always under $30.
Yep. No, they're great. I met them. They know me. That little lot there, they call it the lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a bunch of across from Richardson's.
Yep.
Been there.
The ice cream place? Yeah.
Crosses Road, they have a food truck lot.
Yeah.
So all these there all the time because there's a move.
Okay.
But they have many different food trucks in one spot. Very good. If you take a ride out to the North Shore, you can get clams in Ipswich.
Yep.
You can get your ice cream at Richardson's and then go across the street and get some sort of food truck food. All right, we're late. I felt like that was worth it. But I'm not leaving here today. I feel like we're having a belly shortage. You know, I want to pay clam strip prices for bellies if I'm not getting my bellies. All right, we're going to talk football next. We'll do that here. Alex, hi, Alex.
Hey.
I forgot to do the Alex.
We got time.
All right, we'll do it next here at the Sports Hub. I want big bellies.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
In the NFL last night, the Raiders took on the Texans. First overall pick, Fernando Mendoza, went 8 of 15 for 86 yards with an interception. And the 49ers played the Chargers. Mac Jones going 6 of 13 for 89 yards. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Best Automotive Group, the auto dealer that cares, with more than $200,000 given back to the Nashua and Methuen communities. I'm Alex Barth on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7:30.
Deep three, violent two-hand slam. Wow.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
It's never changed. It's never changed. It's the same thing over and over and over and over. It's just never good. It wasn't funny the first time.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports.
I'm so bad at seeing movies in a timely manner.
It also reminds me of Can't Hardly Wait. They had a party, and that was one of the songs in there. Want to do a little Alex's and Joe's real quick?
Let's do it.
Sure. Has seen the A.J. Brown back of the end zone one-hitted catch from camp yesterday. If you haven't, I will find it and I will share it. But you were there, Alex. There was something on that play that I wanted to break down that I think there's a skill that A.J. Brown has that we haven't seen from many receivers here in town for a while. But Mitchell's very good from the Eagles. And they were running these red zone plays. And on one of the plays, Mitchell's lined up on him to kind of protecting the outside, you know?
Yep.
Kind of like protecting the sideline.
Yeah.
And right before the ball snapped, he squares his shoulders. Once Mitchell squared his shoulders, A.J. Brown was going to the sideline into the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
It was almost as if once he saw the shoulders square up, Brown didn't even look at Drake, did nothing. He just, once he saw it, he knew he was going to the boundary and, one-handed. You know the play I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
But when there was no communication with the quarterback. There was nothing more than him just watching somebody's shoulders. And to me, that's different. A lot of those young guys over there, gotta talk, I'm over here, or they put their hand up, right? Nope.
Right.
Once that corner squared up his shoulders, he was to the boundary and gone. The play didn't count, I guess. They said he was out of bounds.
The ref said he was incomplete. I know there's some screenshots going around where he has 2 feet in. Did he have control of the ball? I guess we'll see. But, yeah, no, he reads the leverage and read it correctly. Got to the outside. He had Mitchell's number both days pretty regularly. And, again, Mitchell's a good corner. I would think he's the next guy that's going to reset the cornerback market after Gonzalez. It's a good play by him, and that's so important in the Josh McDaniels offense. Those kind of side adjustments, seeing defense on the fly. Stephon Diggs did some of that last year, and Stephon Diggs was good in that regard, but Stephon Diggs isn't 6'2", 220 pounds, right? That's something you expect from those more smaller, shiftier receivers. So I thought Brown looked really good in the joint practices, probably better on Wednesday than Thursday. Thought maybe Drake May forced him the ball a little bit yesterday, so it was more of a Drake May thing than an A.J. Brown thing, but May clearly likes throwing to him. And that's going to be their red zone offense this year. Look, you got A.J. Brown, who's a big body that can go up and get it. You got Romeo Doubs that can go up and get it. He had a couple nice catches like that this week. You've got Eli Raridon, who's big, who can go up and get it. They might be a jump ball team in the red zone. That might be what their red zone passing game looks like. And they've built the team for it. Some of those are low percentage throws, admittedly, and maybe Pop Douglas gets more involved running some option routes on the goal line, but they got a bunch of Kayshon Boutte, if he's still here, but they got a bunch of go up and get it receivers.
Alex's and Joe's sponsorship opportunities are available.
Taking calls.
So I just wanted to break down that play.
Yeah.
Burt Breer is here from the MMQB. And he's gone to 23 different camps now. You want to eat? We could.
No, I'm
want.
good. 23 teams.
23 teams.
Well, 22 camps. Yeah, so I did 21. I had When I was in here last week, it was 18 and 18 days. And then I did 3 this week. I did the Steelers, the Jaguars, and the Commanders this week. And then I saw the Eagles and Patriots yesterday. So next week I'll get to 3/4 of the league, which is always like sort of my benchmark.
All right, you said something yesterday that stands out to me. I'll set it up. We'll take a break. We'll do the big intro for Bert all over again. You got to get settled in. And do you know what was on the road?
Yeah, don't get on I-93 North. It was it affected me a little bit, but not as much as some other people because I was coming up Route 3. And when I go up Route 3, I get to the split, and then I go south on 93. So the top of Route 3 North was backed up into the merge with 93. And then when I got through that, which is what made me 15 minutes late here, and I started going 93 south, I looked over onto 93 north, and holy crap, it's like backed up to like Westwood.
It's bad. And
it's really, really
What time were you
bad.
driving up? Like, what time were you at the split?
I was probably there like 6:25.
So I left my house at 5, and I live right there, and it's been more than an hour. It's been like that.
Holy crap, it was there that early?
I pulled out of my driveway, I think 5:05. I'm probably 5-10 minutes from the split. So it's been like that for a while now.
Okay, so the accident mode, whatever crash happened, because it was up on the boards too, which is how you know it's bad. Is like a lot of times you get caught in traffic like that, you don't know if it's a crash or if it's just some construction, whatever. Like it was up on all the boards that there's a crash on 93 North. So whatever happened, I wishing for the best because it has to be really, really bad.
Well, I appreciate you gutting through that today and coming here, even though
Did
it's
just
us
for you,
two here.
Joe.
Well, I do. I appreciate that because the guys aren't here, and you could have been like, not coming in, and I would have been like, I get it. I would have bent the knee to you.
I did have a thought when I saw it, because my first sign of it, was when you see the boards and it says miles and minutes, and when it doesn't match up, when the minutes number is way bigger than the miles number,
Start doing the math in your head.
So when I looked at that, this is before I knew there was a crash. I was like, so if I got back, I might be able to get home by 7, and then I could just go over Zoom. So I did have that thought, but I wanted to see you, Joe, and I wouldn't have gotten to do that. I wouldn't have gotten the same experience over Zoom.
I'm going to tell you the same thing I'll tell all the colleagues. If you can't come in, I'm always happy for you to Zoom.
Okay.
Because maybe one day I might have to Zoom. So we can all Zoom. Yeah. Together. Bert Breer's here. He mentioned something about skill yesterday. I want to get into that. And we have Alex Barth and Bert Breer together. I feel like this isn't something I have often.
I don't know if I've ever done a show with Alex before. And I also, when I was walking in, I thought about this. This is a real unicorn show because you have 3 people in Boston who pay attention to college football in the same program.
And I wanted to talk to you about the newest Ohio State recruit as well. So we'll get into that.
Which one?
From St. John's Prep, of course. But we'll take a quick break. Bert Breer's here. Alex Barth. I'm Joe Murray. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
All right, guys, let's talk food. Route 1 Grill.
and Hardy.
This country's a bunch of buffoons that don't know the rules.
You idiot. The Sports Hub.
Albert Breer is here again. A few minutes late, but only 5 or 10. He swears Urban Meyer is not his friend. Albert Breer is here again.
Back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Oh, we got to turn Breer on. There you go.
I don't know. I've withstood a lot of things like that, Nick. I don't know if that's new or not.
That's probably like a couple years old.
Is it? Okay. I guess I forgot. Maybe I blocked it out.
How long have you been doing morning? I know you've done afternoon hits a long time too, but how long have you been doing those?
Well, I actually go back in the midday show to Zoe and Tangway.
So that's the beginning.
Yeah, Zoe and Tangway. And then I was a regular on, and did a weekly hit on DA's show when he was here. And then I was like, when I started doing 2 hours every week, it was with, when I started doing 2 hours every week, it would have been with Zolak and Gresh.
Yep.
And then, like, I leveraged that into, I was doing a weekly hit in the morning show, and then it was like, well, like, let's just turn that into an hour. Because there have been several points over the last 15 years when EEI has come and tried to whoever went over there, and then
swoon you.
But I never wanted to leave here because I think this is the best platform, and so anyway.
Well, it's good to be coveted, Bert. I'll tell you that much. Well, you again, you've seen 23 teams.
Yeah.
And you've been to how many camps again? I'm sorry.
22. So it's like that. This is the only joint practice. Honestly, like, I think from an access standpoint, the joint practices aren't the best. And really what I'm there to do more than anything else, just see people. I always tell people, like, I do these camp observation things. I'm like, I'm going in for a day. Even if I sat there and watched the whole thing, it's like I could be impressed by X, Y, or Z. I don't know who's having a good day. I don't know who's having a bad day. I don't know what the coaches are trying to accomplish if I don't ask them. So, like, the most important thing for me is, the networking part of it and getting to see everybody and going out for a drink with so-and-so or going over to so-and-so's house or seeing this person, or if there's, like, somebody, like, that it used to be more for me that I would want to meet X, Y, and Z. Now it's more like relationship maintenance than it is relationship building. But the joint practices are hard because what ends up happening is the visiting team is generally very in and out. And, like, the minute practice is over, they want to be out of there. So, like, it's hard to do both teams. And what I found is, like, when you're doing that, you have to have a plan. In this case, like, I live here, so I basically treated yesterday like as if I was at Eagles camp. And I said hello to some Patriots people that I saw, of course, but, like, I know I can double back with them next week, the week after. So you just try to be efficient in the way you do it and seeing as many people as you can. And then I whatever teams I don't get to, and it usually winds up being, 6 or 7 teams that I won't get to, I will be intentional about making phone calls with all those people and touching base with them before the season starts.
I was just going to mention one thing that, as a reporter, you do is you talk to both sides.
Yeah.
So the Patriots, obviously, last week were having joint practices with the Colts. You're here and you talk to people here all the time, but you had a chance to talk to the Colts. And what were some of the takeaways you got from talking to the Colts?
Well, that's like something I normally do too, Joe. Like, for example, like the Browns quarterback competition, I talked to the Bears people about the Browns quarterbacks to get like a gauge on that because they played against each other. They practiced against each other last week. I did the same thing with the Falcons and the Broncos, right? Like, so the Falcons have a quarterback competition. I talked to the Broncos people. Then I talked to the Colts people this week because they practice with the Falcons. So I'm trying to get a gauge on, like, not only where Atlanta's at in their quarterback position, but like what the other team and other coaches saw when they got to see them in that setting. And, with the Colts, the one thing that really like stuck out to me, and I said it on the midday show, which is why you're bringing it up, is the Patriots' skill looked really, really good against them. And that stuck out to me because, I mean, holy crap, is that 0 to 60? I mean, they were terrible in that area 2 years ago, maybe the worst in the league. And to go from point A to point B that fast, I think is really impressive. And I think it's like a mosaic of free agent pickups, draft and develop, and obviously the trade for AJ. Like you sign Romeo Doubs. You have some guys that you've developed internally. Pop Douglas would be in that category. I guess Efton Chisholm, if you want to include him. Matt Collins is a free agent signing. Hunter Henry's a free agent signing. Eli Raritan's a draft pick. Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson are homegrown. So I think there's a good mix, but it's happened so fast. You know what I mean? That they've gone from one of the worst in the league to potentially one of the best in the league. Now, how is that going to hold up health, all that stuff? Like, we'll see, but on paper right now, it looks pretty good. And in a practice and then in a game, against the Colts were impressed too.
So with that collection of talent, obviously there's a big question about, odd man out, Kayshon Boutte. We're seeing all these wide receiver injuries now around the league. I feel like maybe more than the average year. Do you think he's here after the roster cut deadline?
I think it's like more complicated than a normal roster decision. And it's just, there's an element of it, Alex, that I think he's an ex-receiver. A.J. Brown's an ex-receiver.
Right.
And in Josh McDaniels' offense, yes, they move people around, but there are going to be a lot of mouths to feed because of the glut of skill guys. It's not like you don't have like an F or a Z. Like, they have guys who can play those roles for them. Pop Douglas can be a slot. Romeo Doubs can be a really effective Z. Like, how do you fit him in? And like, then just for the culture of the room, for the culture of the team, how is Kayshon Boutte, who's been a really good soldier here over the last year or so, I'd say the turning point for him, just in the way he carried himself and everything else, was training camp last year. How does he fit into that if you're in week 8 and he's playing 7 snaps of a game on offense?
As he's trying to get
life-changing money. And that's all a factor with this stuff. I mean, I know a lot of people look at it and say, like, well, like he should just, like, these guys should just, shut up and do their job and all that. Like, that's not the way this works. Like, if you're Christian Gonzalez, like, just put yourself in his shoes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you will have a chance to set yourself up, not only for the rest of your life, but set your family up for the rest of their lives financially. And there's a lot on the line for these guys that are going, like, you get to that stage, and now you've made it through 3 years, and you've positioned yourself to make millions and millions and millions of dollars. And of course, like, you wouldn't, these guys aren't robots. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so I think it's, it's a really important piece of the equation here is, like, how is that all going to work if he's not playing very much? And the other thing is like, and I was talking to another team about this. Another team asked me about, the availability of Matt Collins, and Matt Collins was more attractive to them in a trade than Kayshon Boutte because of his special teams value. And that's the other piece that people don't look at as much is the 5th and 6th receivers almost have to play special teams because you're only bringing 46 to the game. Mm-hmm. And so, like, if you're, there's that point of diminishing return where it's like, if this guy is only playing 7 or 8 or 9 snaps on offense, and then he's not contributing on special teams, can we dress him? So that becomes part of the equation too. I don't think people, and it's probably boring for the listeners out there to hear that, which is why they're not talking about that part of the equation on the radio station very much. But it's a very real thing. It's like if you've got 7 receivers on the roster and you can only dress 5, and one of those guys is running down on kickoffs and running down on punts, and the other guy isn't, and they're both backups, you're probably going to be dressing the guy who's running down on kickoffs and punts.
Well, no, but I think it's relevant. I think Patriots fans care because this is a team that has struggled so much to develop its own wide receiver talent. They take this guy late on day 3. He becomes a key part of their offense on a team that goes to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And you get the questions of like, well, why would they trade him? Why is he the odd man out? Why this? And I think that's a big part of it because he's not a starter anymore. And does he fit the role of a backup receiver versus a guy like Matt Collins, who for a number of reasons, the special teams, the contract, all of that, is going to embrace it a little more.
Yeah. And it's an important piece of the puzzle because those rosters, I mean, we just talked about college football. College football teams are dressing 100 guys on game day. You know what I mean? So it seems like a lot of football players to have out there, 46 players on a game day. It's not. You know what I mean? It just isn't.
What did at Belichick you say? There's 66 special team spots, I think is the number.
Yeah.
Between all the different units. So that's a lot of spots to fill.
Yep. Yeah. And it's just, that winds up becoming a major piece of the equation. Now, again, what's his value to someone else? You've been there every day.
Yeah.
Other teams aren't seeing that. You know what I mean? They have to, it's sort of a leap of faith for them that he's had a really good camp. Has he? Okay, who's he going against? What are the circumstances? All that different stuff, which that's why sometimes you see trades come out of the joint practices because they'll actually see somebody and be like, okay, now I get an idea of it. And it can be why it's important for some of these guys to play in preseason games. The whole showcase thing can be real.
Real quick on that, the Colts are dealing with some wide receiver injuries. The Eagles have obviously seen a lot of turnover at that position. Do you think either of those teams could be potential landing spots?
No, because I think I think the Colts could be, and the Colts, the third receiver spot was a big thing that they had circled. I don't know how much Keenan Allen has left. So, in the immediate, just for right now, and part of this is they have as their two guys now, Pierce and Downs, and those two guys have been banged up during camp.
Yep.
Pierce is still coming back, and then they lost Michael Pittman. Okay, now they're probably going to run 2 tight ends out there more. They do have depth at tight end behind Tyler Warren, but okay, do they have a real third receiver? Are they up and that's why they go and bring in Keenan Allen. Now, I would argue Keenan Allen doesn't have very much left, and it's certainly possible that they get him in there, and he's got the relationship with Shane Steichen, having been together with him with the Chargers. They might come to the conclusion in 10, 12 days, I don't know how much is left here, and they might be back out on the market for a third receiver. The Eagles, so they have their number 1 in Devontae Smith. They have, I think, numbers, and that's the thing about their spot. They're looking for a number 2 or number 3. I don't know they're really hurting for depth. They have Dontavian Wicks, who they expect big things from. He comes over from Green Bay with Sean Mannion.
He had a good couple practices.
He's big. He's one of these guys that the Packers, and this relates to Dobbs. The Packers re-signed, for people who don't know, Christian Watson and Jaden Reed. They had the 4 guys together. They let Dobbs go. They traded Wicks. And now they have Matthew Golden and Xavier Williams there. The Packers thought Wicks had a really high ceiling, and they just weren't able to give him enough opportunity. So maybe he becomes the guy there. They have Mekhi Lemon, who they drafted in the first round. They have Hollywood Brown. So it's not like they don't have options. I'd say the Colts would be more likely as a suitor than the Eagles.
When you think about the Texans, they lose Higgins. Last year they lost Collins.
Yep.
Tank Dell's.
Tank Dell, you don't know. I'd say until we see it, that's the thing. It's I think everybody's rooting for. By all accounts, he's a phenomenal kid, and what a devastating injury to you think about the way that the advances medically that we've made have made Achilles and ACLs less of a big deal. The fact that he's still struggling to come back tells you the seriousness of the injury. It's been a year and a half or a little more than that.
But they need another receiver. I will say this: they added that kid.
And there's there's some. So there is some carryover there, and that Nick Caley runs a version. Now it's not identical because he has McVay influence in there now too, but he does run a version of Josh McDaniels' offense They have Jalen Noel from Iowa State. They have Xavier Hutchinson, who they really like and have liked the last couple of years. Tank Dell, like you said. Lewis Bond,
Yeah.
who it was actually interesting. I asked Will Anderson for a guy in offense who's impressed him, and he said Lewis Bond.
Yeah.
So they have some guys, but they're a team that you could get down to the cut down, and maybe they're looking for more of the big downfield guy. I mean, that's a tough injury for them. Higgins was going to be really, really good.
They got this kid Klein
from Michigan, the German kid.
Klein.
Yeah, Marlon Klein, who's got a shot.
I was going to say, he looked pretty. I watched him last night.
They still think he's like a little raw, but he's got a shot. That's a really good team. I mean, I don't know if you guys watched the first drive when Stroud was in there. It was
but
like
they ran the ball well, and they didn't even use Montgomery.
And that's what D'Amico Ryans is trying to do there. Like when they traded Laramie Tunsil, the reason why is because they thought they had a crappy culture in the offensive line room, and they felt like Tunsil's not the worst guy in the world, but it wasn't going to get fixed as long as Tunsil was the best player in that room. And so they trade him, and it was a huge risk. I mean, Tunsil's I think Tunsil's going to have a Hall of Fame case, And so the idea was, let's match the culture that we have on defense on offense. And they needed to rebuild the line to do that. And they have this guard they drafted he's center guard, drafted out of Georgia Tech, who apparently is already one of the meanest, nastiest guys in the locker room.
Rutledge, yeah.
Keelan Rutledge,
yeah.
who's starting fights in practice, who's won't back down to Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter and Sheldon Rankins and all those guys up front. And so what you saw last night is exactly what they're looking to do. We want to match the culture we have on defense now on offense and be a bunch of MFers to deal with on the offensive side of the ball, which obviously you do that, you're going to make things easier on your quarterback. And you saw, CJ looked, I think, a little bit closer to the CJ we saw as a rookie because they had the running game going last night. And it's a preseason game, so take it with a grain of salt. But I thought CJ looked pretty comfortable last night, too, playing in Caley's offense.
All right, let's break. I want to know what's bad. Alex was asked yesterday, what's bad about Patriots camp? But what are some things that maybe other teams have said, or maybe some things you guys have seen? We'll do that coming up next. Alex Barth is here. He'll give you the headline. Bert Breer is here. And I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
After an off day yesterday, the Red Sox back at it tonight. They host the San Francisco Giants and Ralph.
morning buddies, Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Burt Breer is here. Alex Barth is here. Yesterday, I was circling the radio, and I heard Alex Barth being pressured to say something that's bad or wrong regarding the Patriots. Burt, what are you hearing, and what have you seen? Are there any concerns for the Patriots?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think this is like a flawless team by any measure. The offensive line, I think, is a question. You've got some age up there and injury history with Olivera Tucker and and Morgan Moses. How does Jared Wilson handle the transition to center? So you've got questions on the line. Are you going to be able to run the ball consistently? I'd argue. I think you're always going to have to use Travion Henderson in a tandem. Now, I watched him for 4 years in college, and I can tell you, all of your frustration with Travion Henderson that's what he was in college too.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's a home run hitter. He's explosive. He's a great kid. He's going to be a leader for you, but his vision has always been an issue. And the same way he runs up the back of linemen here, he runs up the back of linemen. He ran up the backs of linemen in college. And so you're always going to have somebody paired with him. That's Stevenson here. We'll see what the run game looks like. The other thing that I'd be concerned with is the age on defense. And I think we're already seeing it. And you're relying on some older players in some key spots where I don't know if the depth is there. The most obvious one's on the edge.
Like Harold Landry.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the most obvious one's on the edge. Is Harold Landry. Draymond Jones also, he's, what is he, ninth year? He's in his ninth year, I think, right?
Sounds right.
So you've got older guys that you're relying on the edge. Off-ball linebacker, you're relying on Robert Spillane. And, what does that look like over the course of a season? He stayed healthy last year, but it's a very physical position. Carlton Davis, Kevin Byard. There's a lot of older players on that side of the ball, and I don't know that there's the depth behind them. And so, just as you guys said, and I look at kind of the way the joint practices went, and you guys knew the Eagles were a little pissed after yesterday, right? You guys know about that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I didn't know. There were a bunch of scrums, so I figured. But
so what happened? What happened was, the Eagles ran the ball on the Patriots pretty much whenever they wanted on Wednesday, and then yesterday, their offensive players felt like the Patriots were retaliating and taking cheap shots at Saquon Barkley, and that's what started the fights. And so the linemen. There were some high hits on Saquon, and if you guys look, you'll see Saquon said after the practice, "I hate joint practices."
Oh, yeah.
And he talked about the second day. That's because he felt like, and the Eagles felt like, the Patriots were taking cheap shots at him.
I like that.
And so that's where the fight started and everything else. Anyway, so the run defense is a concern, right? After what we've seen, the age of the defense is a concern. And so, I think there's a world where it could wind up being a top 10 defense, but I think it's going to take some luck to get there. And I think it's going to take the type of injury luck that you had last year. And you don't predict injuries, but getting really good injury luck 2 years in a row doesn't happen all that often in the NFL.
So along those lines, what did you make of the meetings this week with Daquan Jones and Shaq Thompson?
You need depth. That's what it means. At this point.
I guess, did you see that as more of a seeing what's out there, checking in kind of thing?
Yeah, I think more
immediate.
That's what's out. Right now, you look at it. Okay, how are they at D tackle behind Milton Williams and Christian Barmore? Where are they at? At off-ball linebacker behind Robert Spillane. They just don't have a ton of depth on the defensive side of the ball, and they're older in a bunch of those spots. Now, part of that, again, is investing on offense. Look at who they brought in the offseason. They traded for A.J. Brown. They signed Romeo Dobbs. They signed Olivera Tucker. So, like this year, a lot of their investment has been on offense, even like with their first-round pick, right? And then Gabe Akis. Like, you've got the injury situation, which is, I mean, that's like it's a scary injury that he's dealing with. Like it like could be a longevity thing with him, which is why there was so much of an issue over it. It's not great, and like, so you're dealing with that. So it's just, I'd say on the defensive side of the ball, the offense should be great. The defensive side of the ball, you're just going to have to get very lucky from an injury standpoint, and older players tend to have a harder time holding up.
How about the kicking situation?
Yeah, I think they should be looking. Yeah. I mean, it does feel to me like I said to you guys, now, again, take this the right way. The Colts saw them for 2 days, but, the two issues that one of the Colts people told me that the Patriots had was backup quarterback and kicker. So, like, the kicker situation, I think, is something that to monitor. And that's, like, honestly, like, the good news is that's somewhere where you generally can find help before the beginning of the season. The Colts actually have a surplus of kicker.
There's a couple teams with two kickers.
So like that is one area where I think you can go and find some help.
And a quarterback, maybe somebody from a McDaniel system, or I don't know, could Dobbs. I'm just throwing out names.
I mean, there are names out there. I mean, like, okay, do you want to put somebody in the room that could be a resource for Drake? Do you call Chicago about Case Keenum? Because they have Tyson Bagent, who's like a really good young backup, and I don't think they trade Bagent, Right. So there are some options out there as well.
Okay. Anything else before we let
Aiden O'Connell would be another one.
Oh my no, I'm done. I bought a lot of his rookie cards when he was starting. Oh, I wanted to ask you about Chris Vargas. I watched a lot of St. John's prep games last year.
Yeah, I need to start, right?
But from what I gather, Ryan Day had a really good relationship with this kid, and it's kept in touch with him over the years. And
I'm actually like, it's interesting because Ryan's from here. Close enough. He's from Manchester, and so he's always kind of, I think, kept an eye on this area, and like St. John's Prep, obviously he's been a powerhouse in this region forever. There's never been a quarterback like this that's come out of Massachusetts. Like this legitimately could be the greatest high school quarterback to ever come from this state. So I'm excited to see what becomes of that, see where that goes. But, I mean, the little I know about it right now is that Ryan does a good job of kind of keeping an eye on this area. My dad went to prep school at Avon Old Farms, and they actually just got a linebacker transfer who was actually originally from Avon Old Farms. He went to Wisconsin first and then Ohio State. So he's done a good job of recruiting New England.
Well, we're on it real quick. Got to scratch a little college football itch. What do you make of these guys now? And there's been a handful of players that are on rosters, were on rosters in the preseason, that are now entering the transfer portal going back to college football.
It is such an incredible bleep show. I mean, I have to think this is because, you heard about it happening in basketball, right?
Didn't it, it's been happening for a few years now.
RJ Lewis, who was on the Celtics, is now at LSU. He was literally on the Celtics last year.
Like, that to me is like this is like the chaos situation.
Right.
Because, I mean, it's like, now that this is allowed, do we have guys at the end of camp who get cut, like weighing offers from...
Right, you can be on somebody's practice squad, or you can go to the SEC.
Like, I mean, seriously, like, it's just like it is such a and that, it does make me mad. I don't know how many people here know that, but you guys know the name Mark Emmert.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know that there has been like somebody who's ever been worse for any faction of athletics than Mark Emmert was for college athletics.
Terrible.
Because he legitimately, we all knew this was going to happen, right? We all knew. I think we've all known I mean, me personally, I feel like we've known for over 20 years that eventually these guys were going to get paid. And eventually someone was going to bring the house down and the gig was going to be up and like they were going to have to be compensated. There was no question that was eventually happening. And they had all of those years to sit down with the players and negotiate something and set rules and say, okay, like how can we work this out? And instead, this guy sat on his freaking hands, said, whatever, I'll just let the checks keep coming in and like, all right, like, and then the minute there was a sign of trouble, he retired. It's like the house caught fire and here comes Mark Emmert running out while everyone else is burning to the ground. And it sucks because I love college sports. I think one thing that a lot of people out there don't realize is what this is going to mean for the structure of the rest of it too. Like if you think your kid is going somewhere on like a hockey scholar, if you got like a 10-year-old and you think your kid's going somewhere on like a hockey scholarship or a baseball scholarship or a wrestling scholarship, you know where the money's going to come from? The money's going to come from all those sports. Yep. I had a dad say to me, he's like, well, why does the football coach need to make $10 million a year? Because he's the one that's making all the money for the school. You know who's not taking a pay cut? Is that football coach. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's threatening the entire structure of college sports to the point where, again, all those non-revenue sports, it wouldn't shock me if in like 3 or 4 years, everyone's on an Ivy League model.
Mm. Yeah, like Diego Pavia could be, well, I want to come back to college.
Right. I mean, like, okay, like the football players and basketball players go for free and everyone else is on an Ivy League model. Right. I mean, like that would, to me, it would make the most sense. But I mean, because if that's the thing is like, okay, it's a business, right? You've been screaming it's a business. If it's a business, like how do you think Christian Gonzalez would react if Robert Kraft told him he couldn't give him that extra $5 million because he has this elite travel girls lacrosse team that he's got to pay for?
Oh, we just got this kid from the Premier League that just came in. They did actually. We're not doing the Gonzalez thing today, unless you got something.
We can if you want.
No,
we have one more segment.
Do you got something? Do you got something or no?
No, I mean, I just say, and I said this yesterday with the midday guys. Like, I really think this is a interesting fork in the road for the franchise because if you are the Crafts, if you're the Patriots organization, and you've been saying like the financial practices of the 24 years that Bill Belichick was here, or Bill Belichick and Bill Belichick alone, right? Then look at it and say, Bill never paid, and I couldn't think of any, homegrown player at a premium position at the very top of the market. It almost never happened. Brady was like sort of an exception, but even that was clouded, right? Mm-hmm. Right. And so now we've got an example of homegrown talent, premium position. Do you pay him at the top of the market, right? And if you want to look at Mike Vrabel's history. In Tennessee, they paid people. Yep. They paid Jeffrey Simmons. They paid Derrick Henry. They paid Ryan Tannehill. Mm-hmm. Like when that wasn't maybe – they paid Taylor Lewan. Yep. And Taylor Lewan was at the top of the market as a left tackle.
Everybody but A.J. Brown.
Right. And A.J. Brown was an injury thing.
Yeah.
That was the reason they didn't do that. So, like – this is sort of where the rubber meets the road, and I think that's what's most interesting about it. A lot of the parameters have been set out. If you guys wanted to dive into it more, we could on where some of the horse trading happened with Seattle and Witherspoon, but they basically gave him a $33 million raise over the next 2 years so they could keep their precedents about future guarantees and keep the APY a little lower, which will help facilitate contracts with some of the other young players they'll be trying to sign. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a pivotal one just as far as how they do business going forward.
All right, you can leave if you want, or you want to hang out. It's up to you.
I got to be out by like
get out. Just
8:20.
Go now. Go now. Bert Brick, great job.
I don't know if I've ever.
It's Joe Clock.
Joe Clock. Okay. Are we good?
We're good. We're good.
I
think we did a solid job with Bert. And it was funny. Someone in our chat goes, "Please don't talk about Gonzo." But I think you.
Why don't you want to talk about Gonzo? It's the most. I mean, are they sick of it?
No. For me, Bert, I just think that in that league, you sign corners, you sign quarterbacks, you sign tackles, and you sign pass rushers. And you don't even look at the money. Because in corners, you can just trade them in 2 years and get first-round picks. Just do it and move on.
You sign the guy. You sign the quarterback. You sign the guy who protects the quarterback. You sign the guy who catches the ball from the quarterback. Yep. You sign the guy who hits the quarterback. Mm-hmm. And you sign the guy
who covers those guys.
Covers the guys
right.
and
takes the ball away.
Takes the ball.
But like, I can give you 5 guys that have signed that deal, and then they traded him and got first-round picks. Yeah. Like McDuffie. How many times has Ramsey been traded now?
Here's the thing, just really quick on Gonzalez. Thank you for the Joe clock, because I need it a lot. But like the thing about Christian Gonzalez to me, and what I really respect about him, is I don't think a year ago at this time he was a perfect fit for Mike Vrabel's program. I think he became that. And I think it took time, but I think he became that. And I think if you had asked most people, and they're being honest about it last August, they wouldn't have said he was a great fit for Vrabel's program. In November and December, obviously there was the turning point when Vrabel himself pointed it out, that Ravens game in December, premium position, homegrown, fits your program. Vrabel's challenged him to be a captain, right?
Yep.
I just think you put all those things together, and it's like, man, what would you be telling the locker room if you didn't do it? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
All that stuff about taking care of your family and like how much we're going to have that sort of culture, and we're going to help you. We're going to help set up the rest of your life. It's that first year. It's great. You've got the grace period. What these guys really pay attention to, and people don't want to hear this, the scoreboard in their head is, and this is who they listen to in the locker room, who they watch, right? How they react to their bosses, money, all right? Like that scoreboard in their head, the hierarchy in the locker room is by salary, is by money. And if you have somebody who's done things the right way and he's not getting paid, a lot of guys are going to be wondering, well, where is mine coming from? And that can eat away at what you've built over the last year.
I just hope it's not Drake May watching right now being like, it's going to happen with me. All right, Bert.
I don't think, there's no choice in that one. With that one, you just say, please, sir, don't make it hurt too much, because there's no decision to make on that.
Good.
You do what you need to do.
Thank you. All right, he's Bert Breer, everybody. I went late. It's my fault. If anybody's upset about that, you can blame me. Bert Breer, MMQB. Thank you, Bert. Appreciate
it. All right.
Everybody.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll get an update from Alex as well. But guess what? That's what we do here on the morning show. When the guys are away, the mice will play. All right, let's go to break.
station. Sports Hub headlines.
After an off day yesterday, the Red Sox are back at it tonight, hosting the San Francisco Giants at Fenway Park. That means Rafael Devers will be back at Fenway Park after being traded last summer. First pitch is set for 7:10. It's Sonny Gray on the bump for Boston. Elsewhere around baseball, Jacob deGrom became the second fastest pitcher to reach 2,000 strikeouts last night, and the Mariners are calling up top pitching prospect Cade Anderson. The Patriots wrapped up joint practices with the Philadelphia Eagles yesterday. The team is off today. They then host the Eagles tomorrow in their second of 3 preseason games. 2 preseason games in the NFL last night. The Raiders hosted the Texans. First overall pick Fernando Mendoza went 8 of 15 for 86 yards with an interception. And the 49ers visited the Chargers. Mac Jones going 6 of 13 for 89 yards for San Francisco. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the Fantasy Spin app, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy, combining the thrill of virtual slots with the skill of drafting your favorite lineup. Download the Fantasy Spin app now and play for cash or try it for free. Must be 21 plus. Terms apply. Visit fantasyspin.com for details and responsible gaming resources. I'm Alex Barth on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update in 30 minutes.
Boston Talk Sports.
Trade Drake May. We all know what, but we won't say what. Yeah, worst take on these airwaves in the last 24 hours.
We may not take a call today.
The Sports Hub.
Oh boy, I guess it's time for more Toucher and Hardy on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
I think there used to be a segment called Fart Court.
I believe so.
Okay. And I would call it I like to pull out the sniffer every once in a while. Yeah, just something doesn't sound right, or just you see a story and you're like, what's all that about? And sometimes you just gotta get a good sniff in there. You gotta stick your nose right in it, If you really, really want to just really know what's going on, you gotta. Yes, I'm a sniffer and a liquor. I'm a dipper, too. Some people call me the space cowboy.
I was going to say. I was about to go there.
Dipping. That's right. I love dipping. We're going to get into some dipping later with some big dip energy later. I want to dip it in. That's right. But I got someone reached out to me yesterday and said, hey, Joe, you got to hear this. It happened on the midday show. And I said, all right, let's look into it. So I believe Nick has been our lead investigator in this one.
He dug this up early this morning. So
so Nick, do you want to tease what we're investigating?
Sorry, Bert stole his headphones. He's walking away. He can probably set us up here, but basically Zolak was on the show yesterday and made a sound and had sort of a reaction to it as well. So it gives us the inkling that maybe there was something.
Well, why don't you sit down, Nick? Come on in the studio. Have a seat. Join us for this segment. I got tipped off. I sent it to our detectives. You saw it and you went right into the system to find out?
Yeah. Apparently, they got food dropped during their live broadcast.
Do you know where it's from?
Not from on the top of my head, no. Okay. But he was very excited about it.
Okay. When you get gassy when you're excited?
I mean, sometimes,
no,
sure.
I do too.
Yeah.
Today I told you I had buffs last night.
I know.
And I love buffs.
I'm super jealous. I haven't gone in so
Shout out to Mark, the bartender, who helped me out with my takeout order. But you've heard of the case of the Tucas before.
Mm-hmm.
I eat too many.
How many?
Close to 20.
20? All right. But are they big?
I went 10. I actually had 10 tenders.
Okay.
And 10 wings.
Ooh. I like that. Both buffalo, or did you make
mild buffalo with blue cheese? I was gonna mix them up, but I wanted the OG faithful.
Okay.
But I woke up this morning with a little bit of a burning belly.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys know what I mean.
Yeah.
You ever get the burning belly?
Yeah.
Not fun.
It's not.
Turns to something else. Yeah, that is not fun.
But so far, I'm okay right now.
Okay.
It's 8:19. It's been up for 3 hours now. But maybe, Nick, since you're an expert in this field, because you have a huge ass, you investigated this?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we listening for?
I mean, we could just play the audio,
All
right?
But are we listening for a fart?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I guess, are we judging it? Or do we think it's a fart?
All right, well, why don't we play? Let's hear it, Ryan. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Christian Gonzalez is getting a little TLC back in that training room this week, you know?
That's what you did there.
Just really, I didn't even know we were going to play that.
Okay, first of all,
the
phone is
yeah.
always a
I like how you stopped it, Ryan. phone. We got music, TLC, right? Tender, whatever. Christian Gonzalez, okay, cool. And Zoe's phone's going off.
Yes.
All
I
right.
think Christian Gonzalez is getting a little TLC back in that training room this week, you know?
That's what you did there.
Just really, I didn't even know we were going to play that, but it just makes sense. Just makes sense. Getting massage therapy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, getting in the tub,
Just hanging out down there, maybe eating some fish and chips.
having a sandwich, watching guys lift weights.
You guys want some ice cream?
By the way, lunch is here. Zoe's been.
Oh!
You guys want some ice cream?
By the way, lunch is here. Zoe's been.
Oh, that's a rip!
Yeah, he definitely pushed that out.
Should we do a 5-call says it all? We haven't done one in a while.
Sure, but I have to get back in the studio
All right,
so I can
go
scream.
back there. All right, thank you. Great job, Nick. You investigated and you undercovered something. Was that a rip and was that a side? Well, Ryan, you have more on this.
Yeah, I can play a little bit more after that because he has a reaction after that.
Because I feel like that sort of sounds like a grunt too. Like
all right. First off, 5-call says it all. 617-779-09. Was that a rip? And I know you're shutting off his mic because I can hear myself echoing. Thank you. All right, play it again. Like play it from basically where he's eating and talking about fish and chips.
Just hanging out down there, maybe eating some fish and chips.
Having a sandwich, watching guys lift weights.
You guys want some ice cream?
By the way, lunch is here. Zoe's been just eagerly anticipating this for 48 hours.
There was an There was a release and a relief.
That's a little more damning.
Even you, you tried to give it a second though. You did give it the
just to play devil's advocate. Just to play devil's advocate. That it sounded a little like a Zoe grunt too. But if there's a relief that comes with it,
that's it. That's one of those ones where you lean to the side because it's been pressured up inside you, like a little gastritis in there. I watched a horse the other day. It was. I don't know if you saw this.
I'm sorry, I was not expecting you to say that.
There was this whole horse.
I watched a horse the other day.
There was a video of a horse that was laying down and wasn't feeling well. But the reason why it wasn't feeling well was very gassy. So they had to lay the horse down.
They push it, right?
Push down on its butt, and man, did it fart. I mean, it was like a long-winded one. And the horse felt so much better. I'm sure you can find that on TikTok. That's where I saw it. But this one was more of a, do you guys want ice cream? I like fish and chips. Fart.
You guys want some ice cream?
By the way, lunch is here. Zoe's been just eagerly anticipating this for 48 hours.
So is it a fart?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Is that McCone?
There's relief.
Who is that whispering? Is that McCone?
Oh my God.
It's hard to tell. They're so quiet. But he had been farting like earlier on in the show because I remember Beetle was like, "Oh my goodness, this is a bad one today. Good thing we have a good breeze going."
Mm. Have you ever had really bad gas like before where sometimes it's a little hard to come out?
Yeah.
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 Like I've never had it pushed out of my belly.
No, I've never had to have somebody push on my.
Sometimes I lay on my left side because that's how your esophagus is shaped.
Right.
You lay on your left side and then it just But sometimes you do have to push it out. And I feel that happened in this situation. Anything else? Can we hear it one more time live? I mean, nobody called, so everyone agrees that it's a fart.
Nick has found the horse fart for us.
Oh, you found the horse fart too? Oh, yes.
Let me get out the. Hang on. Nick, do that one more time. Let me get out the punt hang time stopwatch.
What's the 40-yard dash time on this one?
Let's get the stopwatch going like we do. You think that's hang on, Nick? You think that's longer or shorter than Bryce Behringer's best hang time from yesterday?
Oh, ooh.
Or actually, I know what his average is for the summer because somebody tweeted at me.
All right,
so far.
Was that 10 seconds? You think that fart?
Longer, shorter than Behringer's hang time? Over, under, Joe?
It's over.
Over.
But remember when I said I watched a horse yesterday and you laughed?
Yeah.
Did you think that's where I was going?
No,
with it?
I didn't know where you were going. That's why I laughed. I didn't know if you were changing the topic or if the horse was somehow relevant to Zoe farting or.
Well, it kind of.
Well, this horse reminded me of Zoe. I didn't know where you were going with that.
I'm so glad Nick found that because I watched that video. The horse was very up.
You see those videos a lot with cows. I've seen those videos with cows.
Yeah, but like the horse, like when do you see a horse laying? They're always standing up. You know, when do you really see it on the ground? Well, they had to push that bad boy out. So let's do the timer.
All right, there's a little bit of a lead in here, and it'll start in like 3 or 4 seconds.
Okay, let's get the timer going.
I got the timer ready.
Here we go.
Starting the lead in.
What'd you say, 10 seconds?
10 seconds.
I had it at 9.81.
Oh, my God. That's a relief.
There you go. You're pretty spot on that, though.
I know my farts. I know my
No kidding.
I know poop.
I'm glad you watched a horse yesterday. That was fun.
So, do you think we could make the fart that Zoe did 9.81 seconds and then play them both like a mix down?
Oh, easily. I can stretch that out.
Help me out if
I
you
can stretch that out.
Help me out if you can on that one. While we're doing that, let's take a call. Sean. Hello, Sean.
Hey, how you doing? Long time listener, first time caller.
Thanks, dude.
I was on 93, of course. I do high-end kitchen appliances, and of course I was in Boston today. And an 18-wheeler went over the median, and there was just produce everywhere, like tomatoes rolling around, heads of lettuce. It was pretty funny.
Tomato truck?
Like it was just full of produce, and there was just like tomatoes in the street or on the highway, heads of lettuce rolling around.
What do you think the lettuce could be infected?
I mean, it could be good. I mean, free farmers market? I don't know.
Well, isn't it have that disease now or whatever it is, the sickness that gives you the diarrhea?
It's just that one.
Oh, that was
diarrhea?
That was like fast food shredded lettuce from Taco Bell or something.
Well, explosive diarrhea probably has explosive gas too, wouldn't you say?
Those two probably, one follows the other, I would think. I'm not a doctor, but.
And again, the buffs I had last night, I would blame me for the buffs, not them.
No, sometimes when you're eating, just like, all right, I'm doing this to myself. I'm going to feel like crap, and I got to just do this.
I did it to myself. I worked hard all day.
Yeah.
I worked in the morning. I did Nesson last night. And on my way home, I found a parking spot right out front of Buff's.
There you go.
And I said, this is too good to be true. Again, Mark, the bartender, noticed me. I said, hello. It was my own fault. I had tendies and wings and blue cheese. And then I went to bed. And
you didn't put any ice cream on top of that or anything?
The ice cream would have made things a little cooler, I think.
Huh?
Would have made the temperature of whatever was inside me a little cooler. But there might have been a few horse rips.
Meanwhile, he's talking about the truck. I went and looked on Google Maps for whatever that's worth. Looks like it's still backed up.
Oh, my God.
When that traffic breaks through, that's probably what the horse felt like.
Remember the beginning of the horse fart?
Yeah, the little trickle. The first person, when those lanes open up, it's going to be like the horse. Oh, Breer's going to have to sit in that going back.
Oh, my God.
That's going to suck.
Breer taking some heat because he said that Chris Vargas would be the greatest, highest recruited quarterback ever, which he is, by the way. He's the first blue chip ever. But people are upset because of Doug Flutie.
I mean, Flutie's a great college player.
Won the Heisman Trophy from Natick, Massachusetts.
Right.
Small guy, too.
The bar's not on the floor, but
What did you
it's...
say, Hasselbeck?
Hasselbeck's up there. This is, though, I don't know if they did... I don't know how the recruiting worked when
they didn't have
Flutie came out. Yeah, they didn't do stars and all that.
Yeah.
Hasselbeck probably did. See if I can find that. I don't think he was a 5-star, though.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there that Doug Flutie's getting a lot of attention. Chris Vargas of St. John's Prep will be going to Ohio State next year. So good for him. All right. So, by the way, we do have a pair of tickets to see the Patriots and the Eagles Saturday night at Gillette Stadium. I'll tease that in a second here, but or I just teased it, but I'll do that in a second. I would like to hear the mashup, please, Ryan, if we can.
Okay, so first I'll play for you. The maximum stretch limit is 800%, and it gets very distorted, I should say, but this is the Zolak fart stretched out.
Okay, stretched out as far as it can, like Bryce Behringer's hang time. Okay. That reminds me of Mario when you get the star.
Yeah. That sounded like some sci-fi. You ever watch the videos where they play like a song from the 70s and they start slowing it down and doing something to it, and then suddenly it's like a Kanye West beat? You ever watch those? You guys know what I'm talking about? That sounded like, turning Zoe's fart into some sort of... Ryan, put like a bass under that.
It's like if you have the horse fart over that.
I'm telling you, you need a bass drum. You need something on the high end. You can put a beat together off of that.
Yeah, it's like a rap production.
Right. That's the sample. Zoe would get credit as a partial songwriter.
Can we hear the horse one more time in its entirety?
What about the horse one as quick as Zoe's?
Okay. I don't know.
I can do that.
Whatever production you have back there. I mean, I want all the production.
Here's the horse one as quick as Zoe's.
That sounds like when you
do.
That's like when you do it with your mouth. Like, well, I can do a good elephant.
I was gonna say that was an elephant.
Want an elephant?
Yeah,
I'll give you the elephant.
Your face. That's a big win for YouTube.
Who's better, my elephant or that horse? It's a pretty good one. How about the elephant now? I don't know if we got that in the system yet. Oh, my belly hurts.
I was watching a horse.
That's the elephant.
Can we hear the original Zoe? One more. I would like to hear the original Zoe one more time.
Yeah.
Just makes sense. Getting massage therapy.
Oh, yeah.
Getting in the tub.
Just hanging out there, maybe eat
Hanging out.
fish and chips.
Having a sandwich. Watching guys lift weights.
You guys want some ice cream?
By the way, lunch is here. Zoe's been just eagerly anticipating this for 48 hours.
I tell you, it sounds like a grunt. Whatever it was, it sounds like a grunt. Just
Well, thank you for the callers, the listeners who caught that. Alex is still trying to say it could be a grunt. I don't know.
Whatever it is, it sounds like a grunt. Am I wrong? There's a grunt type quality to it.
Yeah, I saw a horse yesterday.
Hashtag Joe saw a horse.
That was a big rip by the beginning of the horse fart is very impressive. If you can give us that for a second.
Takes it a second to get going.
Oh, the cold start.
Yeah, the cold start, exactly. It sounds like a chainsaw. It sounds like a chainsaw.
It does sound a little like a chainsaw.
Okay. We do this at night a lot, just so you guys know. So if you're like, this guy sucks, I'm sorry. And you know what, Alex? I love that you are laughing with us because I know you can. I know that like you can loosen up and have fun, and I love that about you. But this is some fart controversy here, and I
What's the controversy?
Well, the horse.
I thought we were just having fun.
The horse is real.
The horse is a fart. I mean, there's no debate there. That is.
And the elephant's the elephant.
90% fart, 10% chainsaw with the horse.
Yes. The Zoe one, I'm going to say 90-10 fart.
I'm saying whatever it is, it sounds like a grunt. You can have a fart that sounds like a grunt. And the sigh is telling.
Okay. We have Dick in the produce truck traffic. Hi, Dick.
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right.
Hey, fart talk is always great. Hey, so I left my house about 6 a.m. to go up to Somerville to teach a class, and I'm sitting right across from the Logan Express now, and it says I won't get there till after 9 o'clock, so it's terrible.
Well, I hope this has been entertaining for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where'd you leave from?
Coventry.
Oh, it's Coventry, Rhode Island.
Oh, God. See, I'm out. I'd go to Lambert's and call it a day.
Ooh.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that's the spot. But, so we had the calamari a couple days ago in Narragansett, and now this. So
the old Rhode Islanders are really, really getting it, man.
The squid apocalypse.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Hey, thanks, guys. I'll listen. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for the call.
Squid apocalypse. The clamorama. The horse fart. What else can we come up with today?
We need one for the produce truck.
We will talk. I did an interview with Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to try. Aaron is in Saugus. Hello, Aaron.
Hey, how we doing?
How you doing?
Hey. I honestly think that Zofart might have been him pushing back his chair when he was standing up because he was going to go run and get that food.
So you don't think it was a fart?
I'm saying it's possible it wasn't. I think he stood up really quick, and he's getting old, so he's grunting.
Okay. All right.
You guys want some ice cream? By the way, lunch is here. Zoe's been just eagerly anticipating this.
The more I hear it, I am questioning it.
So he does definitely do a little bit of a grunt. Run it back one more time. There's a little bit of a grunt before.
You guys want some ice cream? By the way, lunch is
right
here.
there.
Zoe's been.
You see what I mean?
Eagerly anticipating.
And the release though too. Oh.
He was happy about something. That could be just standing up, stretching the legs. It's cramped. You've sat at that table that they have to set up at training camp. It's cramped for me, and I'm 5'9".
On a hot day though, like humid, like it's been, you don't want someone ripping ass. You don't want
no. And yesterday is probably like the weather-wise, like the nastiest day at camp.
You don't want any crop dusting going on. That's bad on a day like that. Hot, the heat like that. Jay's in the car. Jay.
Hey guys, I was going over the whispering that you were replaying, that you were kind of wondering what he was saying. I thought I heard "my God," like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When he was whispering. So I think it's a fart. I don't think it was a grunt. I just wanted to get that clear,
No, that's what I was saying. I was just trying to figure out who it was.
Are you stuck in traffic, Jay?
Yeah. Okay.
Are you stuck in traffic?
Yeah. No, I'm just in the truck in Rhode Island right now. But I did hear about it. I drove past the traffic.
Wow, we love Rhode Island today, huh?
Big Rhode Island day.
Thank you for listening.
48 hours. Oh, my God.
I think I need the horse one more time. The trainer even laughed.
Well, here you go, Joe. Somebody just tweeted at us. If that audio is off of TikTok, I know whose horse that
Get
is.
out of here.
Go look on Twitter.
That's where I saw it.
Have the horse call in.
Well, we can maybe have the trainer. Or who the owner of the horse.
I mean, we are here until 10. And we do accept all calls.
Talk it over with Nick. 617-779-0985.
Yes. All right.
Where are we going to get back on the clock this
I have
segment?
no clue what time it is. Caller number 10 right now to our contest line at 617-931-0985. We'll score a pair of tickets to see the Patriots and Eagles Saturday night at Gillette Stadium. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. I am bombarding Nick right now. I'm putting his ass to work. We'll hit the break. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Toucher and Hardy, those scamps. They'll be right back on the Sports Hub.
Let him fart, and he was saying that he had teriyaki fish the night before.
Oh, don't want to smell that. Teriyaki fish? Oh, vomit! I wish I didn't take that call. Oh! Don't want to think about that now. Yeah. Teriyaki fish? All right, well, the call screener's down. Let's hit the headline here. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
The Patriots wrapped up joint practices with the Eagles yesterday. The team is off today. Then it's preseason game 2 tomorrow. You can catch the broadcast of that game right here on 98.5.
play an interview with Shaquille O'Neal coming up in a bit. I had a chance to talk to him, and something big coming to the area. He also gave a little nugget, no pun intended, in the interview that you want to hear.
You know what I appreciate about Shaq? He's behind one of the best nicknames in sports, The Truth.
Oh, yeah, the Pierce.
Nicknames suck now. Can I just get on a soapbox for a second? Initials in a jersey number is not a nickname.
So, like SGA.
SGA, JD3, or JD5 for Jaden Daniels, no disrespect. What are some of the other ones? Even like TB12, back in the day.
What about Playoff P?
So that's kind of a nickname. Or just like initials, right? Like AI for Allen Iverson, I guess a little different, but like a nickname is The Truth. That's a nickname. Gronk kind of shortening his name. The Answer for Allen Iverson, great nickname. Honestly, you know what was a sick sports nickname? The Fever.
Oh, yeah.
Like people talking about Zappy Fever. The Fever was a sick nickname for a quarterback. Awesome. Like, sports nicknames suck now. We need to get back to good sports nicknames. I'm trying to think of some of the other good ones. But, yeah, things like that. Not just numbers and initials.
Big Christmas?
Big Christmas, great nickname.
The Password was pretty good.
The Password, excellent nickname. A lot of them start with the. Some good ones don't. But I hate that just initials and numbers is a RG3, OBJ. They're not, you can use them. I have no problem with them. But that's not really a nickname. Like, the Password is a nickname.
The Durbinator.
The Durban. Oh, that's just kind of, yeah. If I'm going to do Gronk, I guess I got to do Durbinator. Not the Clinic is one. Who am I thinking of? Oh, the Process. Great nickname.
Good one.
Great nickname. The Process. He hate me. I just saw somebody in the YouTube chat. So The Truth is one of the great sports nicknames to me. That is an all-time sports nickname. And if you don't know the story, was it Pierce's rookie year or second year?
Might have been the second year where he claimed that he was the truth.
So the Lakers play the Celtics, and Shaq calls a reporter over and says, I want you to write this down. Paul Pierce is the MFing truth, and something like that. Shaq was the one that gave him that nickname. Here it is. Pulled over Steve Bulpett and said, take this down. My name is Shaquille O'Neal, and Paul Pierce is the MF in truth. Quote me on that. Don't take nothing out. I knew he could play, but I didn't know he could play like this. Paul Pierce is the truth. Great nick, because a good nickname has to have a good backstory. Great nickname, great backstory. So I'll always appreciate Shaq for that. And his time as a Celtic.
Well, Shaq's doing some stuff in the area. We'll play that for you coming up at the top of the hour. Let's talk to Riz in East Providence. Riz.
What's going on, Joe, man? Good to see you in the morning. My boy Alex Barth. But first and foremost, I almost forgot. Shout out to the Twitch fam and the unsung heroes in the background. My boy Nick, my boy Ryan, too. Nobody ever shouts out Ryan, man. Shout out to y'all. But you played that fart earlier. Things are rough, Joe. Gas prices are like $4. Food is out of control. So I don't blame her. She got to do OnlyFans. Sarah Jessica Parker. I appreciate y'all playing her, man. Yo, Sarah, I'm going to hit you up.
What?
Okay. All right. I
think I missed something.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
Okay.
You're on the Google machine?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I can't believe I'm doing this. Just Google Sarah Jessica Parker looks like a horse.
.com.
Oh, there's a whole website?
Yes.
Can I do this at work?
Yeah.
Because I know there's the South Park bit. Oh, it's like the first thing that comes up.
Riz. Of course.
Wow, there's a whole website.
Of course it was Riz. Yes.
This reminds me, I don't know if this still exists. When I was like in middle school, maybe, there was a website. I don't remember what it was called, but it was just celebrities that looked like different kinds of bread. You're about my age, Ryan. Do you remember this?
What?
I don't think I remember it off the top of my head.
Oh, celebrities that look like bread in on this. What do we do? Let's go.
I'm going to see if I can find it. And
I mean, we can set this up for after 9 o'clock, too, if you want, because I'm kind of into this.
Yeah, they just like made So there was like Toast Malone, Brad Pitt, Robert Brownie Jr. I'm trying to remember this website. I'll see if I can find it. They had like Photoshops.
I'm in on that. Matt's in Reading, Matt.
Hey, what's up, Joe? I just need your help, buddy. So my son's turning 16 today. I told him, listen, we'll go anywhere you want to go for dinner. And he says he wants to go to an all-you-can-eat buffet. 16-year-old football player, he wants to eat. So he's like, I just want to go to a buffet. I don't know any buffets around here.
Where are you?
I heard of Golden Corral, but yeah.
Does the Mandarin over there at that Rotary have a buffet?
I think they do. I think they have like a lunch buffet, but he wants the carving stations. He wants like mashed potatoes, all the whole deal.
I mean, I don't think it exists anymore. My mind goes right to the Old Country Buffet.
Yeah, because Old Country Buffet's gone.
I know, it's a shame.
I remember Augustine's back in the day on Route 1.
Yeah.
That was a go-to.
I love that. There's a Tintin buffet in Brighton.
All right.
And there's an awesome...
What about Golden Corral?
I mean, I've never been to one because I don't know where
I haven't
one
either.
is.
We looked it up. I think there's one left in Manchester, they said, but I don't know how it is.
Buffets, huh?
I know. It was so random.
I think the only buffets I think I go to are in Vegas.
We'll just have to fly out there.
I mean, how old is he again?
16.
Oh, man.
You can get into the buffets at 16.
There might be like a hot pot place that has a buffet now. Like a...
What about one of those like seafood boil places? That's kind of like that.
Well, you know what? I'm going to ask people to hit me up, and I'll tell you on the air when if I get any more.
I appreciate it, boys. Thank you.
Buddy.
Have a good one.
You too.
Joe, I have found breadpeople.com.
Okay, hold it. I think we should do it because we have nothing going on in the last hour. Thank you for everyone listening today. This has been fun. Thank you, Alex. How much football have we done?
Well, first like hour and a half, we did decent amount of football.
Baseball in there too.
Yeah,
a little baseball in there. All right. Well, why don't we get the show back on track? Should I do another giveaway? Well, the phones are loaded. Should we do a giveaway here or do it later?
We can do it next
We'll do it next hour. We have another giveaway. It's to the Marshfield Fair kid, which I loved growing up, dude. That's where we met all the girls back in the day. The Marshfield Fair.
Yeah. That was the move.
Cotton candy. It's that stupid ride that goes in circles.
You see a horse there?
You know, no, but Topsfield Fair, yeah.
You see a horse at the Topsfield Fair?
Giant pumpkins and stuff.
You can see horses at the Marshfield Fair.
There's horses?
Yes.
I wonder if there's ones that can fart for money. Like, I'll pay the horse $20 to let one rip.
Good buffet on
That'd be
Twitter.
a new attraction.
Fire and Ice.
$10.
Yeah. Fire and Ice is fine. It's like I would never take anyone there.
I used to love Fire and Ice.
Back in the day, it was.
I haven't been in probably 10, 15 years.
Yeah,
but
that was one. Yeah, right in Boston, right?
There's one in Boston. The one in Providence that was like big. I remember that was the one to go to.
The call screen says great nicknames, buffets, in Pat's offense. No farts though. All right, we're gonna play the Shaquille O'Neal interview. Had a chance to talk with him. He is opening up Big Chicken. There's a few of them. There's one already in Peabody open at the North Shore Mall. There's other locations, and they have some new ones that are opening, some grand openings. One in Rentham, and then the other in Beverly. We'll talk to Shaq about that. I asked him a few basketball questions as well, and you'll hear it next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Toucher and Hardy on the way on the Sports Hub.
All right, gentlemen, don't be older. Take control. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom. And be more confident in every part of your life. How is this possible? Well, gentlemen, as a rule, as we age,
Devers returns to Boston after being traded last summer. First pitch set for 7:10. Sonny Gray will be on the mound. Around baseball last night, Jacob deGrom became the second fastest pitcher to reach 2,000 career strikeouts, and the Mariners called up pitching prospect Cade Anderson. The Patriots wrapped up joint practices with the Philadelphia Eagles yesterday. Off day for the teams today. Then it's preseason week 2 tomorrow. Catch the call of the game right here on 98.5. The Sports Hub kickoff is set for 7 o'clock. And there were 2 preseason games yesterday in the NFL. The Raiders took on the Texans. Fernando Mendoza went 8 of 15 for 86 yards with an interception. The 49ers visited the Chargers. Mac Jones was 6 of 13 for 89 yards. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the Colossal Lobster Rolls at the 99. Made with tender North Atlantic lobster with fries and coleslaw, served hot, buttered, or with just the right amount of mayo and celery. You gotta love the nines. I'm Alex Barth on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update in half an hour.
Diving, but he's got a breakaway. Throws it in front, coming to the spot.
The Sports Hub.
I know. No, you don't know.
Everyone agrees that I'm the only one who's not wrong.
Right or wrong, they're back. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Welcome into 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray, and we were talking big. And why don't we bring in one of our bigger guests? Of course, Big Chicken making its way to Massachusetts. We have new openings. They've already been here. One's around the corner from my house in Peabody, but there's new locations, Rentham and Beverly, Massachusetts. And welcome in right now with us, the Big Aristotle, whatever nickname you want to give him, whatever he feels like being called today. He is Basketball Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal, and he's joining us on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Shaq, welcome into the show.
I just want to say before we go, I think me and you need to get on the Maury Povich show. And the reason why is you look like if me and Charles Barkley had a baby. I am not the father.
Who's got the better beard, though? You or
No, you do. You win. You win in that category.
I appreciate that, man. I will let you know you're on the Celtics radio network, okay? So a lot of Celtics fans.
Shout out to Beantown. Shout out to the Celtics fan. You know, when it comes to Big Chicken, Massachusetts has always shown Big Chicken love. I remember rolling in the dunk truck in Rentham, and the guys showed me much love. Now I'm planting my flag in Beverly, and Massachusetts just gets what I'm all about: big flavor, big food, and big fun. Shout out to everybody in Massachusetts. You know I love you. I wish I didn't get hurt that year, so I could help contribute a little more and get us to the championship. But my 2 years in Boston were probably some of my best years.
Well, we'll get into the chicken because I love it. I got that big dip energy as well. And my colleague is Cedric Maxwell. I should probably name drop him.
Yes.
He loves this stuff. So the Cheez-It macaroni, me and him are going to do all that. So
nice.
we'll pump that up at the end. But you mentioned your time in Boston. I remember you were one time you sat as a statue for the day.
Yes.
Do you remember that and people coming out and sitting with you?
In real life, I know I'm not that smart enough to attend Harvard, but I said to myself, I'm going to just go to Harvard. So I was sitting there walking around, and I always like to say to myself, I can really make myself invisible. I'm going to just sit here and not move. So I was just, it wasn't planned. I was just sitting there, and like 4 or 5 people didn't see me. And then people kept seeing me, and I was like, be still. But then I started saying, be still, be still, be still, be still. And then they can't. I was trying to go for 5 hours, and the dude kind of kissed me in the corner of my face region. They got a little close. I was like, hey, man, everybody started laughing. I was like, oh, so I think I stood out there for about 3 hours, but it was fun. I mean, I was out there, no security. Everybody was cordial. Everybody was having a good time. I think people were amazed that I was out there by myself. They said, who you out there with? I was like, don't talk, just take the picture. I'm a statue. I can't move.
Yeah, that's a great memory of your time here in Boston. And I know you mentioned people were high. When you came in, they were high on it. The injury happened. But the Celtics have made their way now. They've had some transition. They've won a championship as well. As someone who knows something about duos and NBA history, What were your thoughts on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and just the two of them together and now no longer together playing in Boston?
I mean, after winning the championship, I thought they were going to be similar to Jordan and Pippen. Not talking about play-wise, I'm talking about as a tandem being together for a while. But the business of basketball, things happen. Sometimes understandable, and sometimes things just they just happen. So, he's with a new team. Tatum is still there, so now you kind of have to start all over. I don't know the other pieces that they brought in, but I just want to tell them if they ever get hungry, they should just go to Beverly and get the big chicken. I chose Beverly because I spent a lot of time there. And Beverly's got that hometown energy. Great people, great dining scene. I used to eat there a lot, and it was a great location for a new spot. And I think this community, because of how they treated me, earned themselves a big chicken.
Jack, the Beverly, obviously on the North Shore, the Rentham location near where the Patriots play,
yes.
out there and that way. You said you spent time in the area. I believe Grown Ups, the movie you were a part of, was made out this way.
Yes, it was.
There might be a new one. Could we see an appearance from Shaquille O'Neal?
I'm probably not supposed to say this, but yes.
Awesome. You wore number 36 here in Boston, and you guys are doing something great with Big Chicken. The first 36 people will get chicken sandwiches for the year. Was 36 all you had? I mean, the Celtics have all these numbers retired. Was that all you were left with to wear 36?
Well, yes, but it was my sixth team, and I knew it was going to be my last team. So I was like, just let me go ahead and win 36.
You got it. I got to ask you about Joe Mazzulla. What do you think about the team's philosophy, him and Brad Stevens? Obviously, you're one of the best scorers in NBA history, but now the three-point shot seems to be the big shot. Your thoughts on Mazzulla and the philosophy now?
Didn't believe it would work. It has worked, so now you have to respect it. As a guy that loves playing the game the old school way, the inside out, use of big men. For a couple years when he was there, it almost worked. It didn't work, but the 1 year that it worked, Joe Mazzulla is a championship coach, so his philosophy should be honored and respected, and I wish him well.
Shaq, you're one of the biggest entrepreneurs in the world, obviously basketball Hall of Famer. Rapper, I know I got skills, man. I can rap it with you if you really like. I'm outstanding, great song, right?
Thank you.
But what's next for Shaquille O'Neal? Obviously, Big Chicken. It's huge. We're all going to – I love your portions, by the way. They're big, and that's the way that I like it. But what's next for Shaquille O'Neal? And I'll just throw this out there. Could you ever be an NBA owner?
Working on that. I would love to be an NBA owner. I don't know if you've been keeping up with Dunkman, but next week is the finale. Somebody will be crowned the best dunker in the world and win $500,000. This is something that I started because I got tired of watching the NBA dunk contest, and these guys did an unbelievable job of showcasing their talents around the world. I just wanted to bring it all together. I wanted to give them a real platform.
You got to check out. Last one for me, man. Big Chicken, of course. They got the locations now in Beverly. There's one around the corner from my house at the North Shore Mall here. But you had that reality show, and weren't a lot of the foods inspired by your life? I know Charles Barkley, there's one named after him, but is that what it was inspired about, just from your roots?
This menu is actually really straight from my childhood. The sandwiches, the sides, the shakes, all this stuff when I was growing up, I loved it very much. I just wanted to build something that felt like sharing food, like I'm sharing food with my family. And I want everybody to, be a part of this experience. So I'm glad we're in Beverly. Love you, Massachusetts. Go Celtics. And I love you, Joey Murray.
BigChicken.com, Big Dip Energy, Shaquille O'Neal, entrepreneur, Hall of Famer. Shaq, appreciate taking a few minutes here on the Celtics Radio Network and 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Go Celtics. Love you, Joey.
All right, there's Shaq.
Good stuff, Joe.
Thank you. I tried, and then he would,
he wanted to talk chicken.
He wanted to talk Big Chicken. He's got that Big Dip energy. The one takeaway was I saw a report that potentially he could purchase the Lakers. I believe there's a fallout or something with the purchase or the Bus family or
Yeah,
something.
Bus family, one of them doesn't want to sell. I don't fully understand the whole thing, but there's a hold up there.
Shaq's going to buy it. I mean, at least the way that I asked him, can you be an NBA? And he goes, working on that. I saw a report the other day. That's why I brought it up. And, I mean, Shaquille O'Neal being part owner of the Lakers?
I'll throw this one thing out there, though. Would he have to cut? And probably not, because Brady's doing everything he's doing. As long as it doesn't take him off inside the NBA. That's one of the best things the NBA is going for. That show's great.
Big chicken, man. If you take a look at that.
I'll go try it out.
It's big. There's one out. Yeah, I'm down. I believe they might be. You're hanging. Oh, yeah, you're, today you're on with Zoe and Beetle. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be back 11:30 to 12:30 midday. We'll talk a little preseason football.
I believe there's going to be a food drop today from Big Chicken.
Oh, interesting.
So
might have to hang out.
11:30 today, Nick. So if you, it's past his bedtime. But thank you to the station for. They were like, "We want you with Shaq," and I said, "In."
There you go.
I tried though. I tried to get into the Tatum. He said literally he thought Pippen and Jordan.
Yeah.
Like this guy was with Kobe and Wade and who else? Who am I missing? Oh, Penny.
Was he here with Paul Pierce?
He was here with Pierce. Then he tore his Achilles. He even said that he was upset about his time in Boston because he got hurt. He thinks they would have won the championship if he didn't get hurt, which I kind of believe him. You know I'm a big card show guy, right?
Yep.
Jeff is on the line. Jeff McGargle. He's from the Best Flippin' Card Show. I'm going to be there tomorrow. It's at Polar Park. I sat with you at Polar Park.
Yes, we've been in Polar Park.
What a take. Jeff, tell everybody about the Best Flippin' Card Show tomorrow.
Hey, what's going on, Joe? Yes, Polar Park. We're back for our third anniversary tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. 900 feet plus of tables. We've got you covered if you're a Pokemon fan, if you're a Boston sports fan. Got lots of Tom Brady cards in the building, Michael Jordan, anything you're desiring right now. Come on out and get those Drake Mays. Cannot wait.
I have plenty of stuff, so I'll be by there. I'll be right on that first base line, so you can come by and say hi to me. But, Jeff, the one thing that you do is you do giveaways. Like people, just tickets, you give them a ticket, and if you get the number right, they get a surprise prize. And it sounds like tomorrow you got some bangers, man.
Oh, yeah. Grand prize tomorrow is $700 plus Ted Williams, 1954 tops. Cannot wait to give this away. This is one of the biggest cards we've ever given away. So anybody coming through the door, grabs a door prize ticket, throw it in the can there, and you get your chance at that big Ted Williams.
And will there be concessions there? Because Polar Park, they're loaded, man. They got a lot of good eats there.
I think anything they usually sell at a game is going to be for sale all day long, including some brews.
In on that one. And how does everybody get tickets tomorrow? Polar Park in Worcester. I'll be there. How do people get tickets?
Yeah, you can just walk right up to the door. $15 for everybody 13 and up. 12 and under is totally free. Just walk on up, or you can visit ontreasure.com. Grab your tickets in advance. Get in a little faster.
All right, Jeff. I'm excited, man. Last year, the weather was great. It's a good – Polar Park's an awesome take. It's an easy ride, and the parking across the street is so convenient, man.
We do these events all over the Northeast, and this is by far my favorite venue.
You got it, Jeff. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, man. Thanks for calling in, and hopefully we pack out the place tomorrow.
Cannot wait.
You got it,
Thanks,
Jeff.
Joe. We'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
Appreciate you, buddy. That's Jeff, Best Flippin' Card Show. I'll be there tomorrow.
Nice.
How about we give away a 4-pack of tickets to the Marshfield Fair? Be listening right now. Caller number 10 to the contest line at 617-931-0985. You'll score a 4-pack of tickets to go to the Marshfield Fair in Marshfield. Tickets on sale now. MarshfieldFair.org. Let's break. What type of reaction will you give Rafael Devers at Fenway Park tonight? We'll do that next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
What's up, guys? employers. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Don't just send an email. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com. Just to knock out a few emails here. Joe, the Nordic in Rhode Island for a buffet, fire and ice in buffets. Hey, Joe, brunch buffets on Sundays are the best. Joe, you should do mornings forever. Thank you. The lobster buffet in Rhode Island. Yes. Lots of buffet talk is what I've gotten for emails, and other people are reacting to the Dundero music video that we well, technically we didn't really do a music video. It just kind of
it could be a music video.
Another Nordic Lodge email, Joe, Nordic Lodge. Yes, the Nordic Lodge is getting more rep. Have you been? I haven't been in so long.
To the Nordic Lodge, I don't know if I have.
They got like all you can eat, like lobster and all that stuff too. All right, there's a big return tonight, bro. Rafael Devers.
Yes.
Will he be cheered, booed, mixed? What do you think, Alex?
I think he's going to be mostly cheered. I think people still really put it on ownership, whether that's old. Even though they won the trade, I think people still hold their prior conviction for why that trade was made, not for baseball reasons. So will it be, it won't be Nomar coming back or anything like that, but I think it'll be a mostly positive reception.
I brought this up yesterday on the Nesson show. If I asked you, Alex Barth, what's the most memorable moment from Rafael Devers for you?
One of those playoff games against the Astros, he hit I don't even remember if it was a double or a triple in the ninth inning it's not super significant. Whatever it is, it's not super significant. He had a couple big home runs in regular season games against the Yankees, I guess. But
he was good against the Yankees.
Yeah.
I'll give you one because I had to be reminded of it.
Yeah.
He had a home run off Chapman in the playoffs in 2017.
Oh, that's right.
They didn't win, but he hit a big one. The other thing he did, he had 6 straight games with a home run.
That I remember.
But I don't want to discredit Devers. I think in the end, when we think back numbers wise, he had over 200 home runs. He batted over 300. But do you really relate or remember anything that he did that was great?
No, but again, this isn't Nomar coming back. This isn't Pedro coming back. This isn't one of those guys. He was the face of the franchise. Once they traded Devers and Bogarts left, it's only a couple of years, but he was the face of the organization. Now, that maybe says more about the organization than it does him, to your point. But he was the face of the franchise, and I think fans genuinely liked him.
Yeah, I think people liked him, but I think he's probably more remembered for his exit. He'll be remembered for not having surgery.
You asked me what's the most memorable thing about Rafael Devers. It's the trade.
Yeah, not being in shape, not being able to play third base, saying he's a DH, then asking him to pick up a glove when someone got hurt. In a way, I kind of feel like they signed Bregman to undercut Devers in the long run.
Yeah.
So what type of if that's what most people if you're again, we've covered Devers for how long? The thing with Devers was he was with great players. He could be a rookie and be inserted in the lineup with Bogarts next to him, right? And all these guys in the lineup that could protect him. He won a World Series. I do think people who win championships in this town should be honored. When Adam Vinatieri came back, when people booed him, I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was mad about that. But Xander Bogaerts got a nice standing ovation when he came back, won a championship. But people wanted him to stay, and he left. I don't know how many people wanted Devers to stay.
There might be some revisionist history there. People were furious when that trade happened. The vast majority of fans, I think, were furious when that trade happened. And it's worked out since. But if you go back to that trade, I think most people felt that it was a mistake.
Today, does it look like a mistake?
Yes and no. Obviously they're doing fine without him. But you look at, Dustin May, it's more a mistake what they did with the return. Dustin May was terrible for them. James Tibbs looks like a dude for the Dodgers in the minor leagues right now.
But wasn't the return about not paying any of the money, getting out of the
right. Well, that's not, you shouldn't accept that as a fan.
if you think about the Giants and the Red Sox, I gave you the numbers earlier. The Red Sox way more wins than the Giants. The Giants went with a rookie college coach and a Hall of Fame player in Buster Posey as their chief baseball officer. The Red Sox fired Alex Cora, have Chad Tracy, and Craig Breslow's made all the right moves at this point.
If Devers is still here, and this season, they fire Cora early on, do you think they still have this kind of run? With Tracy? Would Tracy been able to manage Devers like the rest of the team?
All the beat writers I talk to say, yeah. I don't think so, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like Chad Tracy let Willie Abreu hit against lefties, and he's done well. I don't know if Alex Cora would have. Maybe Alex Cora was trying to go away from the younger players. Maybe. Oh
yeah.
And eventually ownership did that and empowered.
No, but I'm saying, let's say they don't trade Devers, they keep Devers. You get to this year, they start slow. Cora's fired. Right?
Oh, you're trading Devers at the deadline, or you're trying to get something for him.
Well, they had that big run before the deadline. I'm saying, do you think they would have been able? Do you think Chad Tracy would have the same success that he's had if Rafael Devers was still on the team?
I don't know. I feel like because he wasn't a leader, man. I don't know. It's a great question. I don't know. He just wasn't a leader.
That's my point. Does the trade look like a mistake now? They're better since they traded him. So in that sense, it looks like the right move. Could they have had this improvement without that trade? I don't think that trade is necessarily what sparked what we've seen from them in the second half of this year. I think that they still could have had this run with Devers.
He had some struggles too, right?
He did not have a good start to the season. I think he was, by some metrics, the worst hitter in baseball over the first month of the season. I believe he's bounced back since. He's hitting .244 this year, 25 home runs.
I didn't realize he had 25 home runs. Wow. He now has 260 for his career. Wow. I mean, he's going to have 300 home runs next year. And he's got, 5 more years left on that contract? Is he going to get to 400? 500? 400.
I mean, with him, it's going to be a durability thing. So, he started slow, was red hot in May, and has cooled off a little bit overall, but the power's still been there.
Rafael Devers returns tonight. Yeah, what will be your reaction? Let's talk to Scott. What's going on, Scott?
Joe, Barth, how we doing, guys?
Hey.
Good. All right. So, look, I know television is a visual media, right? But if you're looking for some good audio, Joe, you could maybe convince your guys at Nesson to play that horse fart video. And I think you might have an appropriate reaction for Devers' return.
Play what video?
Now batting. I saw Doloff right. Are they going to really do an hour on this? He thought we were going to get a whole hour out of it. He was on the edge of his seat. He said.
I know Dolph was living for that. That was his kind of radio right there.
I could.
What about just an hour of Joe Murray doing animal noises?
I got more.
What's remember the thing you pull the string?
Oh,
the elephant says.
Yeah. I wonder who could I get? Jemai? Can I get Jemai Webster to maybe? I don't know. Who could I get that over to and play it? I don't think Dave O'Brien.
Who's in charge of the PA system?
Hopefully they're listening.
Yeah.
Whoever it is. That'd be good. Some point this weekend, just rip out the horse fart. It's our horse.
Clip that.
The beginning set. All right. Hey, next, what are we doing? What was that bread thing that we were doing?
I don't even remember. I thought we were going to do Patriots.
Well, we were. No, but I have a list of bread names for people at the station. Because you said there was bread after people, like Bread Pitt.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
I got Scott Dolak. How about Ryan Wheaton?
That plays.
Or Rye Beaton.
Both work.
Loaf Murray.
Yep.
Albert Brioche.
Yep.
Cedric Cornbread Maxwell.
Yeah, that one's kind of that one's already set.
Mike Fakasha.
For Felger?
I
Okay.
guess. Andrew Callahan. Like the challah bread?
Holla?
Challah bread, whatever.
Yeah. Still works.
Hallahan.
Andrew Hallahan, yeah.
Yeah. That's all I got. I just keep working on it.
Trying to think of other ones, yeah.
Trying to find one for Maz. Hasn't worked. Fred.
Biscotti, Maserati. There's got to be something there.
Trying to find one for Hardy, too, but.
Scott Dolak.
Yes.
We had that.
Oh, you did? Sorry.
Well, the producer's not listening.
That was a great bit right there.
Whoops.
Scott Dolak. All right. Well, that's it. We should do a little. No more buffet. We can. Sorry, guys, on the buffet.
You still getting buffets?
You don't have to. You don't have to let me know anymore.
I miss Old Country Buffet. That was a good time.
I told you I'm going to Manny Del Carmen's golf tournament after this, but when he got drafted in the second round, all the reporters are at his house. He got drafted in the second round, and he wasn't there. You know where he was?
Where?
Old Country Buffet.
Walpole Mall. People used to
That's where he
have
went.
at the Walpole Mall one.
Yeah.
That used to be some people did for their birthday party when we were in like elementary school. Dream Machine.
I used to do the Dream Machine,
And
the
then
Candy Spot, and then the
Old Country Buffet.
Country Buffet.
Or that Papagino's was one or the other. There was a in like you know how like the mall sometimes it'd be the carts in the middle of the mall that weren't like a store, it was a cart. Yeah. There was one right in front of the Old Country Buffet that sold sports cards.
Yes,
and you could get like 5 cards for $1. So I'd go to Old Country Buffet and then go get sports cards.
The not so much the food, but the dessert section of Old Country Buffet.
Oh yeah,
you could make your own. Like you could get a cheesecake and just put ice cream.
They had soft serve machine.
I could drink that right now. Just get right under it and just.
Were you chocolate, vanilla, or swirl?
So I was a swirl guy.
Okay.
Because how many times can you be in front of a swirl by yourself?
What do you mean?
Like usually someone's doing it for you, right?
Oh yeah. Like buffet style swirl.
Yeah, like how many times are you just yourself in front of it?
Joe Murray, a big fan of the buffet swirl.
That's right. And then I would use all the fixings, like all the.
Oh yeah, you got to throw the toppings on there.
All right. Well, there's a football game tomorrow night.
There is.
And we're going to talk about it next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
Gemelli, not only as well. Couple of things before we get out of here. Tim McScone.
Yeah, we should not have missed that.
It's right there for us.
That was probably one of the easiest ones.
I'm going to be thinking about those all weekend now.
Just randomly tweet them out, no context. Just throw them out on Twitter as you get them.
That'd be great. All right. Pat McAfee is everywhere, and, I hated him when he was on wrestling. I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
He was like, his gimmick was to kill wrestling, and I don't like that. But now he's on Countdown. Are we getting McAfee too much?
A little bit. Yeah, I mean, more than a little bit. I actually like McAfee on College Game Day.
Me too.
I think it's a good fit for him. I know it's a bit much for some people. Look, nobody was going to fully replace the great Lee Corso. And I think expecting him to be at that level is unfair. I think for what it is, he's fine. Him and Saban have brought a new angle to that show that I enjoy. The McAfee show is they do a good job. They get a ton of great guests. Beyond that, like NFL Countdown and Game Day are two different shows. So it is becoming a little much. I think he was good in the first roles he was in. I think you leave him there and you let those grow instead of putting him everywhere.
I haven't heard his rap album yet.
I have not. I think I heard a snippet on social media. I'm good on the album. I mean, I don't know why he released an album.
Does he think he's Shaq?
Shaq, very famous rapper.
Very good. With Foo Schnickens was the name of his crew.
I just remember the Kobe diss.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one, too. But, yeah, he had a song called I Know I Got Skills. And then another one, I said it in the interview, I'm Outstanding. Another good one. A lot of 90s guys tried to rap. Cedric Sabalos had one. Mark Blount.
Mark Blount had a rap album?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got to check that out.
What do you think of Score Bugs?
I nerd out on this stuff. I enjoy following this stuff. The Score Bug is like the scoreboard that they show on the game, like on the broadcast, the graphic. ESPN got a whole new graphics package. I like it. I thought they were getting too complicated, and then Fox did that ridiculous one where there is no score bug. It's just the logos and numbers floating, and I hate it. This is a good balance. It's minimalistic, but it's still there. So I think this is usually networks turn them over every 3 or 4 years. Usually when they get the Super Bowl is when they'll debut them. CBS's right now is solid. Fox's sucks. NBC's is good. I like their old one better, but it's good. This ESPN one is nice. I like this ESPN one.
I liked it. It reminded me of the college football one.
So I wonder if they'll have a new college football one now.
That could be.
Because the current college football one is not my favorite.
Okay. And there is a Patriots game tomorrow night. You can hear it on 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'll be on postgame with Mark Dondero. I know that Alex Barth will be on with Zoe and Beetle later on today at 11:30. And then I believe you do a hit on pregame as well, I believe. You're all over the place. I don't know what you're doing.
I think it is Mike Reese on pregame this week, me next week. That spot kind of rotates. So
big one. Today, reading here, Patriots have the top secondary in the NFL according to PFF rankings. Gonzalez, Davis, Jones, Woodson, Byard. Your thoughts on the top-tiered Patriots secondary?
The starting group is great. Great. Gonzalez, Davis, Jones, Byard, Woodson. Excellent. High-level group. And obviously you got to get Gonzalez taken care of and take care of the contract, but those are three guys, if you count Marcus Jones specifically as a slot corner, that are top half of the league, some top 10 at their position. So, great unit. I do worry, especially at corner, about the depth. I go back to underrated player from that 2018 run, Joe, was Jason McCourty. Providing depth, being able to let Stephon Gilmore, J.C. Jackson take a breather when need be. They don't have a guy like that this year. I don't even know who their third boundary corner is. Like, it's mainly been Charles Woods in camp, but he's struggled. Kendall Vildor has been in the mix. He's been a little better lately, but he had a rough start to camp. Karan Prunty, the fifth-round rookie, has been okay. And those are guys, look, Gonzalez has an injury history. Carlton Davis has an injury history. They've both missed time due to injury this camp. So I really like what they've done with starting defense. Even one injury could be a massive, massive shakeup for them, though.
All right, who's playing tomorrow night? Will we see Drake May?
I doubt it. Maybe a drive, if anything. It was heavily starters in the joint practices, and this is the way it kind of works now. Is the starters get all the work in the joint practices when you can run more without putting it on tape, and it's a more controlled environment. And then that's about getting ready for the season. And the preseason game is more about figuring out the back end of the roster and roster battles and things like that. So if we see any starters, it's just a little bit, sort of like Kayshon Boutte, Mac Hollins last week. And it's mostly going to be the guys competing for those final 10 or 15 roster spots.
All right, Alex. You got two more hours to go.
2 more hours to go. I'll be back on at 11:30 for an hour with McCone and Zoe.
And then you can relax all night long and get ready for football.
And then I actually have like a little more than 24 hours off.
That's cool. Well, you get your
enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you to the horse as well.
Do you think you'll see a horse again today?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm going to Canton right now.
Are there horses in Canton?
I don't know, but hopefully there's not a rollover of squid or whatever the hell's out there.
I've been looking the whole show because I just have it up because I'm curious. It's better now, but it's still backed up.
Yeah.
But not where you are. You'll be fine.
All right, guys. Thanks to our friends. I'll back everybody helping us out. Ryan, Nick, for Alex Barth. I'm Joe Murray. Stay tuned. Zoe and Beetle are here. I'll talk to you